All right, folks, welcome. We should be up and streaming right now. Happy holidays to everybody. As has been the pattern for the last few weeks, it's hard for me to know exactly when is going to be a good time to stream, but I have a window this morning. It looks like our baby Charlie is gone to sleep for the moment, so hopefully he'll give us a few hours. And we have a chance to stream. So we wrapped up the Civ 4 game last week, featuring Elizabeth. That one had been going on for a while, but we managed to polish that one off. And last week when people were discussing what game to do next, the one that was by far the most requested was people wanted to see more Master of Orion. People wanted to see more of this game, even though it's one of the oldest games I streamed, since this is a game that came out in 1993. So I figured we'd start a new game. And I was looking at the races I hadn't played in a while, and I don't think that I've played the Alkari on stream. So I think we're going to go ahead and look to run them next. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Welcome, Burninator. I'm sure more people will pop in as the game goes on. So we'll go ahead and choose new game. I did a large game the last time. I do think that large maps are easier than normal maps, but we're going to go back to the standard size map here. I have never run a game on a huge map because it just, the amount of, I think that huge maps are probably the easiest map size, just because when there's more space on the map, it tends to favor the player. But I've never played a huge map, and I don't anticipate doing so. It's just the huge map has 96 stars, and it just takes forever to play. So we're going to go with the normal game size. Medium map has 48 total stars. Of course, some of them will not have planets and whatnot, but that is the standard galaxy size. Playing on Impossible with 5 opponents. These are basically default settings. All right, so here is where we get a chance to pick our race. As I mentioned, we're going to pick the Alkari. So what specifically do they have as far as their advantages? They actually have a pretty useful ability. Their innate ability is they get extra maneuverability, which I believe that they get, I think it's +4, or no, it's +3. They get +3 to maneuverability. Merchants, I believe, get +4 to their aiming, and that actually does matter quite a bit. So the way that the combat function works is weapons have to make a 2-hit roll first to see if they hit or if they miss. And it's based on the accuracy rating of the attacker as compared with the maneuverability rating of the defender. If they are the same, it is a straight 50-50. So like if both sides, if the attack level's 3 and the defensive maneuverability is 3, then it's just a 50-50 if that attack hits or not. This works out really well because most of the combat is done on a very large scale. Like, you'll have a stack with 100 ships, and every one of those 100 ships has 10 guns. So you're firing 1,000 shots at once, and then, you know, if it's 50% odds to hit, you're going to hit about 500 of them. Maybe it'll be 520, maybe it'll be 480. But, like, because everything's done on a very large scale, the probabilities work out really nicely in this game. Also, welcome, Shallow Thought Sleeping Roger. Happy holidays to all of you guys. But anyway, so the Alkari's racial bonus is, I believe it's +3 to maneuverability. So I used the example before, if the attacker has attack 3, defender has defense 3, it's a 50-50. Well, the Alkari get +3 to their defense. So that would be 3 for the attacker, 6 for the defender. Now, instead of getting 50% odds to hit, you have 20% odds to hit. Like, that's a big deal. It makes their ships much harder to hit in combat. So it's a very nice in-combat advantage. Now, the problem is Master of Orion is an economic game, not a combat game. So the races that get economic advantages like Klakons, Cylons, they tend to be some of the strongest races. Whereas the Alkari, the Mercian, the Borathi, which have direct combat abilities, tend to be some of the weaker ones. That said, it's probably better... Syrian wrote this like 2 decades ago, and I've always agreed with this too. The Mercians make it easier to kill your enemies. The Alkari means you take less damage. Master of Orion tends to be a game of attrition, so it's better to minimize damage to you as opposed to do more damage to the enemy. So that's why the Alkari tend to be better than the Mercians. Anyway, that's what their racial ability does. The other big thing that characterizes the Alkari is they are excellent at researching propulsion tech, which is very good for the early games, that they can get that range 4, range 5, warp 2 engines very, very quickly. They are counterbalanced by being poor in shielding tech, so they are weaker at shielding. this tends to make them better at the early game than the late game, because early on propulsion tech is really important, but as the game goes on, propulsion tech tends to be less important as the game goes on. Also, welcome those of you who are just getting here. Nice to have you. We are just getting started. So excellent at propulsion, poor in shielding. I believe they are normal in all the other fields. And then the final thing, the biggest thing holding the Alkari back, not their racial abilities. Their racial abilities are good. They don't have very good diplomacy. They have multiple racial enemies in this game, in particular the Mercians, but they also hate the Sakra, and I believe they have bad relationships with the Klakons as well, so their diplomacy is subpar, and that's honestly the biggest weakness of this race. If they just had normal diplomacy, they'd be well above average, but because their diplomacy is pretty bad, that puts them below average. Let me look at them on the racial matrix here. Where is it? Relax. Oh, come on. Let me find the diplomatic matrix here. I'm looking, you guys can't see this right now. I'm looking on the, here, no, here's the, I'll put this on the screen so you can see brief. Oh, well, you don't need to see my giant face on the screen. We blew this up so you could see Charlie earlier. Here's their tech abilities. As I said, they are poor in force fields, excellent in propulsion. Yeah, they are normal in all the other fields. And then where's the diplomatic table? And it's down towards the, oh, that's all the weapons tables. Where is the diplomatic one? It's a table that looks just like that. No, that's the two hit calculation. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, they are restless. Let's see. They're relaxed with the humans. Everybody's relaxed with the humans, though. So yes, they have. Yeah, they have actually a lot of. Yeah, they have a lot of racial enemies. They have the Sakra. The Klakons, they have really bad relationships with the Mercians. This is the worst relationship in the game. And of course they have bad relationships with the Darloks, because everybody has bad diplomacy with the Darloks. So if you draw a galaxy with a lot of their racial enemies, the game gets a lot harder. If you draw like Borathi and Silicoids and humans, the game is actually a lot easier to play. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the actual gameplay here. We have to get started. All right, so back here, Alkari. I always play them with yellow because they're birds, so I always use the yellow flag. There we go. Oh, I did not mean to do that. The game froze there. Let me go back and we'll restart. The game, I'm not even going to look at this map. Let's go back to the start. The game froze there for a second. So I didn't get a chance to do any of the other settings. Also, welcome all you who are still getting here. All right, so Alkari, yellow flag. Yeah, it froze here. All right. We had a request from Burninator to name Emperor Boko. And Homeworld. I've said this when I've streamed Master of Orion before. This is the only opportunity you get to rename the homeworld. Once we click this, it is set for the rest of the game. Ooh, Nest. I like that one. We'll go with that. Hey, hi, Overlord. Okay, so some of you also saw I put down there under there. We're doing a very minor variant for this game of only small ships. Now, I didn't have room to put this on the interface. Colony ships excluded. It's not if we required colony, if we could only colonize when we could fit a colony base on a small hull, that would be like a beyond insane variant. So I'm not doing that. Colony ships excluded, but our other minor variant is we're gonna make it so we can only build small ships in this game. Now that is a setback for sure. It's not as big of an issue for the Alkari though, because they're actually pretty good with small hulls. Small hulls, you can't fit as much on them, but they gain extra maneuverability, so they have extra ability to dodge. And when you stack the Alkari ability on top, racial ability on top of that, they get very, very hard to hit. So like, let's see, where is that? Let's look at our fleet screen here for a second. All right, so the default scout, let's see, beam defense, okay. Are these ships getting our racial bonus? Because I don't see that. I think that 3 is the default already. Let's go to the ship design screen just for a second and check this out. Let's see. Okay, it's still showing the default. It's still showing the default. It's not showing the advantage we get. Because like if you go to huge, yeah, defense level is 0. Okay, it's not showing it here, but we actually do get, as I said, +3 to this. So it's actually 6 on small ships right now. All right, let's take a look, first of all, at our map here. Okay, north central portion map. Wow, there is a lot of yellow stars on this map. A lot of yellow stars on this map. Those of you watching, a lot of you have seen me stream this game before or seen it on YouTube. But for those who might be picking up for the first time, AI races can only spawn at yellow stars. So sometimes you get a map that has like 6 yellow stars and you already know where they're all spawning. This map has an awful lot of them too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Okay, so 5 of those 12 are going to have AIs. There will be at least some AIs in this belt here, almost for sure. The good news is this corner in the northwest looks like it's probably, I mean, it is going to be unoccupied. Hopefully some of these worlds are habitable. That's probably going to be too hard to get to this cluster here, but let's hope that we can seal off the northwest corner on here. Yes, as far as opponents, so it was already put in the chat by Sleeping Dragon. We have 2 racial enemies in this game, Sakura and Klakons. So hopefully they'll be on the other side of the map. No Cylons. It's a no Cylon game. You always have to observe, are the Cylons in the game or not. I would like it if the humans were near us. That would be nice because we could have good relations with them. And then the Borathi and the Meklar are just normal relations. So interesting draw for sure. All right, now we only have, what do we have that's in range? Okay, there's only one planet that's in range, so we're going to send the colony ship there. Hopefully this is a habitable world. If not, this is going to get interesting really fast. So our default scouts we'll send down here because we know this is the direction the AIs are most likely to come from. We have to go ahead and scrap all these designs that we're not using, as usual. And then we're going to go ahead and design the standard Scout 2, which is exactly the same ship as the default. Oops, we need to clear the name here. Exactly the same as the default Scout, but because of a bug in the game, you can build it cheaper, and that actually does matter at the beginning of the game. Again, those of you who've seen this before, seen me do these openings before, are familiar with this already. But see, this Scout and this Scout 2 are exactly the same. They literally have identical stuff on them, but due to a bug in how the game works, if you just recreate the exact same design, it costs 8 BC to build instead of 10. My understanding for that, why this happens, is the default Scout is generated with your tech levels at 0, and then this is generated with your tech levels at 1. And then that's why it's cheaper, is my understanding. All right, in terms of tech, we're not going to do any tech spending yet, but we will in a little bit. So for the first 2 turns, I'll follow my standard pattern and build factories. You always start with 30 factories in this game, and you start with 40 pop. You actually start with 50 pop on the lower difficulties, but on hard and impossible, you start with 40. And we're going to hope that there's a habitable world here. Now, how many... well, actually, let's wait for the colony ship, and then we'll count to see how many Scout 2s we might need to build. All right. I believe if one planet is in range, it's always colonizable. That's my understanding as well. I believe that's the case that Licky Kitty said. I believe that's right. The map generation, so this is not like a modern strategy game that like kind of puts a lot of constraints in place to make it so like the starts are kind of fair. Like Civ 4 has a bunch of stuff in it in terms of how the maps are generated, which makes sure that every capital gets like some extra resources, and you can't start like right on top of another AI. There's a lot less of that here in Master of Orion because it's an older game, and you can get pretty screwed by the map generation. But there are a couple things that make the starts a little fair. I believe that if there's only one, I believe there's always one planet that's colonizable within 3 parsecs, I think. And the other thing is an AI cannot start within 7 parsecs. The closest they can be is 7 parsecs. So you will never have an AI like 3 parsecs away. Thank goodness. Oh, if this is Orion, I mean, well, let's see what happens. It shouldn't be. Okay, so we do have, as we suspected, there is a colonizable planet in range. And this is like an average to slightly below average world, but this is perfectly fine. It's a white star. White stars usually have hostile worlds, so the fact that this is not hostile is pretty nice. And we will need a name for this one. Not an especially good planet, but just having another planet here will be helpful. Another place to grow population, even if not a good one. Licky, well, Licky, you're first in chat, so Perch is not bad either, but Licky jumped in on it first. All right. So now, right away, this is it's actually nice. This is only 2 parsecs away because we don't have to pay maintenance on that colony ship for the. Usually, it takes 3 turns until you can colonize, and the colony ship actually costs a lot in the early game. Note we were only building what, like 2 factories per turn. Yeah, we were only building 2 factories per turn because we had to pay maintenance on that ship. But look, now we can go all the way up to 4 factories per turn now that we don't have to pay maintenance for that anymore. So that's pretty nice. Now, before we do anything else, though. We want to see how many Scout 2s we have to build. So we can scout out anything within 6 parsecs. All right, so we already have scouts going to these 2. All right, that is actually in range. So we need 1. That's not in range. 2. Wow, we can reach that. That's nice. If we can keep an AI off this world, that would be big. All right, so 2. That's out of range. That's just out of range. Oof. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure that's out of range. Yeah. Okay, 6. So we need 6 Scout 2s at the moment. That's not that many. All right. So let's do 3 and 3. We'll do a turn of 3 and a turn of 3. Let's do that. Yeah, see, now we can actually do more of them because we built additional factories. All right, so the worlds that are most at risk, we want to send the Scout 2s to. So that one. And then there's a world here that we could reach. And everything else over here was out of reach, wasn't it? Boop, boop, boop. Yep, all of these are out of reach. So then we'll send this one over to this planet then. And then the next 3 will grab these 3 stars up there in the northeast. Okay. See, we actually got an extra scout too. Now, that's not terrible, even though it said we would only build 3. That's because the planet grew some additional population. So we ended up with 1 more scout than we expected. But that's not terrible, because we're going to need more scouts later on anyway. All right. Just making sure we remember which planets we went to. I will put this scout over this extra one over Licky. There we go. All right. So now we want to start sending some population over to Licky. It doesn't need a lot, but we'd like to get it up to about 10 pop because planets grow very slowly when they're at like the minimum. Like the population growth chart is a normal distribution. It's a bell curve. So the planets grow the fastest when they're right at half full. So this planet will grow its fastest when it's at around 20 to 25 pop. But it grows very slowly when it's at 2 out of 45, and then it grows very slowly when it's at like 44 out of 45. So we want to send a little pop over here. I'll just send 2 million this turn to get started. And we'll just send a couple million each turn. Ultra poor. Okay. Ugh. Well, that's not going to be a priority in ultra poor world. It's not even that big. Ultra poor worlds tend to be quite large. It's not even that big. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see. All right, +2. So it grew 2 million pop. And we'll send that same 2 million that it just grew onto Licky. So now we have let's see. I'll probably send another 2 million and then that'll be it. Clacons. That means the Clacons are at one of these stars over here. They're probably either at this star. They're probably at this star right here. Do they already have it colonized? No, they don't. Okay, well, they will retreat because 2 unarmed scouts meeting means they will retreat. Okay, now we would love to get to this planet. Unfortunately, it's 6 parsecs, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get there. That's probably a reach too far, given that the Clacons are likely here, here, here. Probably a reach too far, but at the very least, we can deny them this spot for the time being. They have scouted it. They have likely already scouted. Oh, wait, no, it's only 5 parsecs. Okay, that's good. Only 5 parsecs. That actually makes it much more viable for us to get here. If it were 6, that would be really tough. But if it's only 5, we can potentially get over there if that's the case. All right, so Licky's at 5, and I have another 2 million. That's probably enough. Honestly, getting this to 7 pop's probably plenty. I don't think Nest needs to send any more over there because Licky's main job is just to grow population right now. All right, so Nest will begin the slow process of maxing out its factories while we wait for the remaining scouting reports to come into. So let's see, it's building 5 per turn. What turn is it? It's probably like 2307, something like that. The only place in the default game, the only place you can see the date is here on the status screen. Wow, it is 2307. Okay. We need about 12 or 13 more turns and Nest will be maxed out. Now, of course, we don't have to do that, right? Like if we want to, hold on. Fleet, scrap this. If we want to, we could start building a colony ship right now, right? If we wanted to. The problem is it would take so long to build the colony ship, it wouldn't be worthwhile to do it, right? Put the colony ship on here. Again, the cost goes down to 590 BC if you redesign it. So like we can do a colony ship right now, but it would take 12 turns. Or we could max out the planet's factories, and then we can build them in 4 turns. Seems like it's a better idea to max factories in the early game. Not Spambot says watching on a phone, my window's about it. Yeah, so you guys on the broadcast see this as though it's full screen, but again on my desktop, it's actually just a little window. Now I could blow it up in size if I want to, but something about playing Master of Orion means I kind of want to get the old school feel of playing this game. So I usually run it on the little screen. Okay, wow, that's not good. So not only is this planet hostile in the form of being a toxic world, it's also tiny. It's only size 10. So even if we do get the tech to settle there, it's still going to be garbage even if we settle there. So that's just a terrible report as far as what we spot. All right, this is way better, a size 60 planet that's not hostile. That's about as big of a size as a minimal planet can be. Minimal planets tend to be on the small size, so that's actually quite nice. That's a good... Oh, okay. This is great. A 60 and a 70 in the back lines. Now we've got something to work with here. If we can get this planet and these two and then expand in the back lines, we have enough to play. We have enough to have a viable game here. Alrighty, so that's good news. Now, are any of these within 3 parsec range? No, this is 4. Okay, so we have to get at least range 4 to spread out. If we have both range 3 and range 4, or excuse me, range 5 and range 4 in our tech tree, it's going to be a tough choice as far as whether we go to range 5 and try to make a play for this world, or we just say screw it and we focus on settling the back lines. Because it is very hard to hold a frontline planet against the Klakons if they want it in the early game. So let's hope we can get some other stuff. The fact that a white star had an arid 70 is quite nice. White stars are usually hostile. Also, we might be able to, let me put it this way: if there's no AI at this star, we have a good chance of like securing this whole western cluster over here. If there is an AI here, it's going to get a lot tougher. So let's hope there's no AI at this star. We'll probably know very quickly because this scout will run into an AI here if there's an AI at that star. So we're going to find out pretty quickly. How many decent planets do you need early on Impossible plus Medium? You're usually shooting for around 8 planets. You can make do with fewer, but you really do want to be around like 7 or 8 in the initial wave, and then ideally when you get more hostile tech that you can get up to like 10 or 11. That's a very comfortable place to be. If you're over like 12, you're in a very comfortable place, and the game is looking pretty easy. But I've made do with as few as like 4 or 5. That's when it starts getting really tough. But yeah, somewhere in that vicinity. Ooh, okay. Now this planet's small, but I think this planet's very important strategically. Because like if we can lock this down, we have a really good odds of getting into this corner. So a small world, but I think an important planet. The ultra poor is more, I don't really care about that one. Yeah, and it depends on which race you're playing. The Meklar can get away with fewer planets for sure. Cylons can get away with fewer planets too. Okay, so definitely some interesting stuff so far. We still have 2 more scouting reports to come in, but I'm actually surprised this many planets are non-hostile. We actually had based on the star color, I was worried we were going to get a lot of hostile worlds here. The ultra poor is the only really bad thing we've seen so far, which is a shame because I probably would have prioritized this spot before anything else otherwise. But with that being ultra poor, probably better just to let the AI have it, honestly. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Terran 135? Are you kidding me? What? Oh, my God. Now, why couldn't this be in our backlines? That's insane. Now, is there any way we can get down there? It's 6 parsecs. If we were able to colonize this one, though, this would be in range. Oh, my God. Like, okay. Now the question is, we saw a Klakon scout. Are the Klakons here or are they here? Because if the Klakons... No, but if the Klakons were here, they would have already colonized this world. Yeah, it's going to be heartbreaking when the Klakons grab it. Yeah. I mean, I would really like to get it. We'll see. It's going to be tricky. I think with this planet being a 135, though, I think we have to at least make a play for Ra here. Because from Ra, we can leapfrog to this spot. And then I guess we can fall back here if that doesn't work out. Now I'm really hoping we do have range 5 available in our tech tree. Because if we only have range 4, it's going to be very difficult to grab these. Yeah, long-range lasers probably can't fit them on a small hull. I don't have the production to build them this early in the game either. All right, well, we're at 6 factories per turn. Doing our best to get there. Slowly building those factories. Not much we can do right now. We'll just have to wait and see what the... Okay, no planets there. Slightly disappointing, but it's actually not as bad as it might seem, because if there's an AI here or here, this creates a gulf of space until reaching this planet here, which we've already said is the planet we might want to go for. So empty space there is not the worst thing necessarily. All right, so that's the whole map that we've got in our immediate environment. We will need more range tech to be able to, or more colonization to spread out further. So now is truly the uninteresting turns. We just click next turn a couple times. As we build up factories. 7.4. Yeah, see, the problem is I think the Klakons are pretty close. I'm hoping they're not here. I don't think they're here. I'm hoping that they're here. If they're here, we might be able to get the... Anyway, we'll chase this away, because there'll be another unarmed scout. And the good news is they have not scouted this planet yet. That's the hope, anyway. If they're right here, then we have no chance of holding this planet. But I think they're back. I think they're here, honestly, based on what I'm seeing. I think they're here, because if they had started at this yellow star, I think they would have already colonized this planet. Yeah, we're only doing small ships aside from colony ships. Colony ships are the exception. This is... It does... The R does look a lot like an A. Fetal... Fetile? No, it's fertile. All right, but still, for the moment, all we can really do is build up colony ships or build up factories and go from there. All right, we're at 9. Let's see. So, building 9 factories per turn. So that should be about 8 more turns. You might say, well, wait a minute, 8 more turns. 8 times 9 is only 72. That'll leave you short. But remember, every turn we'll be building a larger amount of factories. So it'll be 7 or 8 turns more to max out. And then we'll send in some population from Licky to get the... Look like Licky's already at 50% pop. So it'll probably send about 8 pop back to max out Nest. Yep, a few more turns now. And then we'll open up research. It always feels weird to just sit here clicking next turn, but I've seen some of the other people who play Master of Orion on at Realms Beyond. I've seen them try to start building colony ships earlier, like before the factories and pop are maxed. It never seems to come out ahead from my analysis. It never seems to come out ahead. Like, you can get the first colony ship out faster, but then every other colony ship after that is slower, and it's like almost never worthwhile to do that unless there's just one planet that's so important you have to slow down your growth curve. But it rarely seems like it's worthwhile to do that for me. All right, yeah, we need, I think, 3 more turns. Yeah, see, now it'll start saying max, but that's just because the population, every pop point can work 2 factories in Master of Orion. So with 88 pop, we can work, 176 factories, and so we'll hit that next turn, but we're still not at max factories yet. All right, so we want to send some population back to help max out this planet, because we're going to be maxed in just a few turns right now. It should only take 3 more turns, so we'll do this, and then next turn we'll send the pop. Unfortunately, the AI has not been too aggressive in scouting. Okay, I think Licky needs to send, as I said, about 8 pop, because there will be some natural pop growth. Now we have to dial up waste spending because we just sent so many people off-world. This gets us to 97. It'll grow another pop point or 2 on its own. We'll probably be at like 99. Oh. Yeah, I think the Klakons are here. I really think they're here. Oh. Here's a colony ship, but they did not bring an armed escort. Not yet. So we're able to chase that off for the time being. All right, so we're at 193. Okay, so we only need 7 factories this turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this turn to open research. We'll just drop a big chunk into research. Oh, not that big of a not that big of a chunk into research. And we'll have Licky go ahead and dump its production into research too. Doing this to seed the tech fields here. All right, so what do we want to open? Well, the only fields we really are interested in, I sometimes open construction early on. I don't think we need to do construction early on. I think the only ones that we really care about are planetology and propulsion. So why don't we split this 2-to-1 on propulsion over planetology. There we go. Because I don't think we need the other fields right now. So 2-to-1. Of course, we are excellent in propulsion, so we can research early game techs really fast. And then we'll have to see if we have... so the big question is, do we have range 4 or range 5? If we don't have range 5 in our tree, we can't make a play for this at all, no matter what. It just doesn't even matter. But I think we have to at least try, because this is such a valuable spot. I think we have to at least try to get Ra, because if we can get Ra, then we can get Darien. Now, if we can't get Ra, there is a backup plan. We can colonize Ultrapore Torinor, and from there we can go to Darien. That is the safe... that we could actually do that, but... the problem is if the Klakons set up shop here, they're going to have like access to every one of our planets, which is not good. And this is the planet that has no star. We're also definitely going to need more scouts as well. All right, well, let's see what we get. This is part of what's fun about Master of Orion. All right, so we have terraforming and controlled barren. We have not seen any barren planets yet. Note that we do not have improved eco restoration. That's a bit unfortunate. I wish we'd had +10 terraforming and improved eco. That would have been a big help. Improved eco really helps your economy early, but it's not there, not in the tree. And we have no use for controlled barren, so we'll take +10 terraforming. All right, we have them both. We have both range 4 and range 5. I'm going to go for the range 5 because we are the Alkari, so we get very cheap propulsion techs here. And now normally, so I know the early tech costs because I've played the early game so much over the years. Normally range 5 is 1000 RP. It's only 600 for us. That's a huge deal. It's almost half cost. So that makes it much cheaper. Normally range 4 is 300 RP and it's no, what is it? Normally it's 350, I think, and it's 210. Something like that. Anyway, we get a 40% discount. So whatever the math is to get 40% off. I think it's 350 and it goes down to 210. But anyway, we'll take range 5 because we have both options. Somebody's got 6 planets. Okay. Well, at least it's the bears. Much better to see the bears having 6 planets than someone more dangerous. Okay. So as far as tech goes, yeah, look at that. Already making good progress on the propulsion. Now, so let's go ahead and finish maxing. Look, we hit exactly 100 pop. That's good. So we grew 2 pop and then 8 pop came in. That's good. So let's finish the factories. We need 7 factories. That'll probably do it. And you go back to building factories at Licky. And again, we're just gonna see what happens. If the Klakons come in and bulldoze their way through our scout here, then we're just gonna go ahead and settle the Ultrapore planet first then. There we go. All right, so now we are maxed out. We can do 140 research per turn. I'm going to go ahead and start building some Scout 2s from Licky because we're going to need some more Scouts as soon as that range tech pops. And we are already halfway there at the moment, so it's not going to take long for that to pop. We also are going to get the +10 terraforming very early on. Yeah, thank goodness it wasn't the Meklar first. Okay, now where do I going to want these Scouts? As soon as I have this range tech, I will be able to scout these 2 planets. I'm also going to be able to scout down here. I think I'm going to send these 2 up to this spot here. Because from here, they can scout down here. Let's go ahead and send... oh, I actually have 3 of them here. Oh, that's fine. Because Licky already had a scout. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so if I have 3 more scouts there, they can scout these 3 planets. And then I probably want like another 2 or 3 scouts here so I can scout some of the planets over here. Anyway, I just need to build more scouts, basically. Yeah, another 3 scouts is good. Okay. Let's send 2 of them down here, and then I'll keep 1 here. Actually, no, never mind. I'll send all of them forward. All right, how close are we getting on these techs? Planetology is already in the percentages, so we can start dialing that down. And I'm going to need more scouts as well. Let's see. I'm going to need some for this cluster of the map here, and then some for up here. So I'm going to have Licky build some more scouts. Okay. Licky, your 2 scouts you built. Let's see. I need scouts for down here, so I'm going to send you guys to this planet here. And then I'll probably send build 2 more and send them here. And at that point, I think I'll have all the scouts I need. Okay. All right, so we got them both in the percentages. Let's do that. I'll do one more turn of 100% research, and then I'll probably have Nest start building the colony ship the following turn. All right, terraforming came in. All right. We don't need death spores. Controlled dead environment is a long way away. So far, we haven't seen anything that would require controlled dead, but I bet we will find some. So that's not a bad jump. Plus 10 to controlled dead. It's a kind of an expensive jump. Not bad. So we'll definitely do that. All right. So we could terraform Nest right now, but I think I want to get the colony ship out first. So first of all, Licky, you're going to go over to research. So we have some trickle research going on. We're going to start building the colony ship here. There we go. 4 turns. So 10%. Now that says 10%, but it's actually double that because this screen is bugged. So we have 20% odds each turn to finish this. So hopefully the tech will pop while the colony ship is building, and then we'll be ready to just send it on. All right, and then Licky, you have 3 more scout 2s. So I'm going to move you guys here, and then you'll be able to scout the west. So again, it's important to keep the get the scouts moving early so that they're ready to move out when the range tech comes in. All right. So I think the econ is, let's see, what is it getting? Yep, 150. You guys are right. You guys are right. It was 1 tick higher than it needed to be. Oh, first turn. Let's go. Now, to be fair, we did have, it was displaying 7%, so it was really 14% last turn. But still, that's pretty good. We failed the 14%, and then we hit the 20%. That's early. All right, what do we have? Ugh. All right, now this is not as great. We really don't need range 6, and then inertial stabilizer is... Well, inertial stabilizer is actually pretty good. Now, the downside to inertial stabilizer is the variant we're playing. It's harder to fit this on a small hull, but it's better than range 6. Range 6 is not that useful for us. I was really hoping that warp 2 engines were going to be here. I really would have liked warp 2. The second movement point makes it so much easier to fight if you get into early combat, but the warp 2 engines are not here, so that's disappointing. It's also a lot cheaper, by the way. Inertial stabilizer is the most expensive of the tier 2 techs in propulsion, but we definitely are going to take inertial stabilizer. Now remember, in Master of Orion, once you pick a tech, you cannot change it until you discover the tech, so it's very important to think carefully about what you actually want. But this is good because we're not really going to be doing much research for a long time now, so I'm actually going to split this back in favor of planetology more. I will open the other fields, but I don't see much point in opening. Actually, you know what we could open them all. Well, I don't want to open them until I can drop a big turn's worth of science into them. So we'll hold off on opening the other fields for a turn or 2. Okay, so I can start sending the scouts forward immediately now. These 3 are 1 turn away, so you can just go ahead and start moving out. And then these other scouts are still moving, so I can't send them forward until they reach their destinations. So in like two more turns, I can send a whole bunch of them forward. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna build this, and we're gonna send it straight to Ra and see if we can land it. That's the hope, anyway. Really would have liked warp. Now, if we had warp 2 engines, I would have prioritized that very heavily. But inertial stabilizer doesn't do that much for us. All right, so Licky can just trickle some tech right now, but like it doesn't really matter that much. And then I do want to. I want to terraform Nest, but I think I want to do 2 colony ships. I want to do this and then this. Like, these are the most important planets to secure. If I can secure these 2, then I'll probably terraform after that. But I need to get these done quickly. If we need to get a move on here. Anyway, thanks for popping in, ASM, and resubscribing once again. ASM, of course, longtime viewer and subscriber. And, of course, an excellent double-up partner in Teamfight Tactics. Oh, we can't reach these yet? Okay, well, as soon as we colonize this planet, we'll have oodles of range. Now I could start moving there, but this planet, these scouts are already moving there, so I think I'll just wait. Wait until they get there. All right, and then you... All right, one more turn, and then you guys can move forward. This should be in range now. Yeah, this is now in range. 8 parsecs is now in range for us. Oh, you're... Okay, one more turn. Okay, so I can start you moving forward then, because I have another scout coming in. This is probably a hostile planet, but it's good. It'll be good to get vision down there. And then these planets should be in range as well. Yep. I'm just waiting for this to arrive, and then I'll send forward there as well. All right. I sent the scouts out early. I still didn't send them out early enough, as it turned out. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? We have extra scouts here. These scouts are coming in, so you can now scoot forward with the extra scouts coming in there. And we have an extra scout here. So you can go forward to there. Of course, you're going to have to go through the nebula, which is a little frustrating. And all right, you're still a little further away here. And then we'll be able to scout these worlds here in the west. Doing the scout shuffle. Yeah, and then these scouts will be arriving here. Oh, actually, I need someone to go forward to this planet here. You can start getting a move on here. Because then I'll have the extra scout go up there to the green star. All right. Well, this is the planet we're trying to colonize. So far, still just still unarmed scouts popping up here. Oh, okay. They're already on this planet. Is this their homeworld? No. Okay, but they have... This might be their second planet. All right, what's on this ship? If it has missiles, we might be able to survive this. We can sometimes the AI does stupid stuff around these rocks, and we could maybe get them to retreat. Let's see. All right. Are you prepared for the scout shuffle? Because this ship... 1993 AI, folks. Sometimes if there's rocks on the map, you can get the AI to do this. Hey, we should actually get a scout on this planet. We just need to let the combat time out. I believe there's about 100 rounds of combat, and then it times out. I have to make sure I keep clicking. I wish there was a like a more precise grid here. I have to like make sure I'm clicking in the correct square every turn over and over and over again. This is why you guys watch the live stream, right? So you can see riveting scout dances back and forth. Fun times. But we should be able to get a scout on this planet, and that's very worthwhile. All right, come on. Been doing this for a while now. It does take a long time. There we go. For the combat to time out. Okay. So we chased him off. Oh, okay. We actually did not get the scout on the planet, but we did figure out that this is a... We actually did not get the scout there, but we did find out that the Klakons... Yeah, this must be their homeworld here. It's got to be here. And then they have already colonized up to here. All right, but we did get our colony ship done, so we're going to make our play for this world. If you do have to get involved in early game scuffles, the Klakon, like the Alkari are a good race to do it with because they get that bonus to maneuverability. All right, so we're going to move this. This will be 5 turns. And you know what we can actually do? We can actually terraform this turn on Nest because we can build the colony ship in 4 turns, but we can't send it forward to the amazing planet until our colony ship arrives here. So we can actually use this turn to terraform. Terraforming costs 50 BC. So we'll do this. We can put a turn into factory building. And then next turn we can build the colony ship, and then it'll still be ready to move out the turn that colony ship arrives. Now, it's going to be really sad if a big fleet, Klakon fleet, shows up this next turn. All right, so where can we move to scout? We already have a scout. Oh, that's right. We need to go to the green planet up here. That's right. All right, we got scouts going there. Scouts moving down here. Do we have an extra scout on? Okay, so I'm moving as far as I can in this cluster. Now up here, okay, up here we have scouts incoming. Oh, they're still 2 turns away. Now I could probably move this scout forward. I very much doubt on the 1 turn there's going to be an AI popping in here, but just in case, we'll still leave them there. If their ship has weapons and yours doesn't, yours the one to retreat. You must be right. You must be correct. But so far so good. Oh, wow, they built a missile base already. Holy cow. Well, we have to retreat from that then. Missile bases have infinite ammo. It'll never run out. Okay. Okay. So I guess we're not getting the scout on that planet then. We'll just move you back to here. Actually, we'll move you back here. Because this is the planet we're in the process of defending. Or trying to settle. Wait, 5 turns? Oh, it's an extra... Gonna take 1 extra turn to get there. I see why. So it's 5 parsecs from Licky, but it was 6 parsecs from Nest. Okay, well, we can use this to finish the terraforming then on Nest. Also, thanks for subscribing, Picard out. Okay, we need 11 more factories. 11 factories. They're currently 10 BC each. We'll go slightly over just to make sure we get the factory done. Okay. Oop. No. All right, so that'll get us all the factories. And we can dump a little into the ship then. Note that Licky, by the way, has done a tiny bit of terraforming. Just a tiny, tiny bit. All right, and then Nest will build... Then they'll build the colony ship next turn. Well, Ultra Poor... This is just a scout. They don't have the range to get a non-scout up here yet. Oh... Humans, okay. So the Klakons are here. The humans are at one of these 2 planets. Okay. No, the humans are here. This is Sol right here. Okay. Barren, ultra rich. Tiny little... Okay. Well, if we get controlled tundra, this is a possibility. Ultra rich planets are great, even though they're really small. Okay. And Nest indeed maxes out. I guess we have to run it on that. So build the colony ship. Okay. So the humans are right here. Maybe the humans will get into some conflict with the whatchamacallit? With the Klakons, maybe. It's gonna mean a higher priority to get these planets if they're habitable. Do we have the range to colonize them? Well, we will once we have this planet colonized. 4 turns. And our next colony ship is due in 4 turns. We are making our play for this gem of a planet in the center of the map. All right, let's assume that we get that. If we can get that, then our next goal is to start colonizing these planets here. Again, the ocean planet would probably have to be the first one because I think it's most at risk. These planets are not in danger over here. Now we can send the scouts forward on the western side of the map. So let's start doing that. And we'll see if there's any more prizes over here. Again, I feel like... Oh, it's out of range for right now? Okay. We'll have to colonize more planets. But you know what we can do? We can send a scout up to this... Well, I was going to say send another scout to this purple planet. Hoping the purple planet's not Orion and I haven't just sent 2 scouts to their death, but we'll see. I do love that we have like this scout cordon out here. The scouts are just like providing all this vision for us out here. Yeah, I mean, the humans tend to be pretty easy to make friends with. So hopefully the humans can be an ally. Hopefully they're like small, but can be a good ally because you don't want the humans getting too big because then they're a big threat to just win the council vote and win the game. But like a small human can be a really good ally because they tend to be pretty easy to make friends with, generally speaking. Okay, 3 more turns on our colony ship. Right now we're kind of just next turning and hoping that we can get this planet. So as I said, I'm going to build this colony. I might build a round or 2 of little popgun fighters just to chase off a random AI ship that would come down here. Oh, oh wow, the humans and the Sakura are both over here. This is over the planet that is undefended. Oh wait, oh whoops. Fighter over there, okay. We'll just retreat and come back again. So that means they get the scout here, but it's an uninhabited planet. Okay, another habitable world. So the AIs are heavily concentrated over here. It looks like the western portion of the map is relatively empty. That's good news for us. All right, now we had to retreat from down here. We'll just stay in this system for right now. All right, 2 turns. Does mean that holding this planet's going to be dicey. If we can hold these 2 worlds, I'd be very pleased. But honestly, I would accept losing this one if we can just get access to this planet here. A comedy set up for erratic humans, yeah. This planet... Is this actually in the nebula? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I mean, like, if we could get some of these worlds here, that would be very, very nice. Anyway, So Nest is almost done, and we've almost got this. We're going to need a name for this planet, by the way, that we have the colony ship incoming for. Oh, this is already owned by the Sakura. They just colonized it, too. Well, we'll at least get a scout on it. Too bad we didn't get here slightly sooner. Arid 60. Okay. Yeah, that's too bad. Well, we'll move back here because the AI doesn't like it when you hold units over their worlds. But at least we did get the scout on it. Did not get there soon enough to deny them the settle. But they only settled that a couple turns ago because that place had no factories yet. All right. Ultra poor. This should be in the back lines, though. It should be in the back lines. So probably that we should be able to get here and look to colonize it. Okay, here we go. In honor of FT, I'll name this one Kestrel. I like that suggestion. Did I spell that correctly? Yes. Remember, once you click this, you can't change it. There's definitely been times where I had I put in a typo and then we could never change it. Now this will bring us in contact with at least the Klakons. Possibly other races too. All right, there's our colony ship. Note that, by the way, we can now do 3-turn colony ships. All right. So we are now, this is the planet, right? This is it? Yep. All right, we're making our play. All right. Oh, the Klakons are squeezed. Okay, they're not that strong on this map yet. Yeah, if we can deny them this spot, that would be a big, big deal if we can deny them this spot. Hey, welcome. Welcome those of you just getting here. Panda. All right. I mean, if we can clean up everything you see here, we're going to be really strong. But that's like a big if. A big if, to say the least. Scout. Horseman. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we need at least something here to scare away some poachers. So let's go ahead and design very basic ship, just your little pop gun laser fighter. Now we actually can fit, we could fit a computer on here, but look what this does to the cost. Takes it from 13 BC to 18 BC. I don't think that's worth it. So this is the most basic combat ship in the game, just a little pop gun laser. We can already build 20 of them. Nice. I think we want to get about, how many would I think? About 40 or so. So maybe like 2 more turns of building these. And then I'll probably look to build some for the gem of the planet. The fertile planet as well. I don't know where this ship's going, but it's just a scout, so it's not a big deal. All right, now Kestrel, of course, needs some population as well. So, Licky, you are on it. This is going to set you back, Licky, but that's your job, is to supply population. Let's send 10. This put me at 12. We'll send 12 million. It's a pretty big chunk out of Licky, but it does still keep it in the positive part of the growth curve. Those that send it down to 29. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. And oh, and I can now send scouts forward, right, in a couple places, because now I have extra range here. Although this is actually, I doubt there's much we can get here. That's everything beyond here is probably already colonized, so that's not really relevant. I don't think we can really, unless maybe that red star up there, maybe? Is that in range now? No, 10 parsecs. That's out of range. Okay, not surprising there. Licky, I sacrificed myself to help the nest grow. Mechlars. This is just a scout? Okay. Chase them off for the time being. Ah, that's disappointing. Anytime it's like a safe backline planet and it turns out to be empty, always a little disappointing. But we've had some pretty good luck in terms of what's out here so far. All right. So we have some pop gun fighters heading down there. All right, we'll do 11, another 11, and then I'll probably build another colony ship, followed by some pop gun fighters to hold Darien. If I have like 40 of them at each of these planets, and I could potentially shuffle them back and forth, that'll mean that it won't stop like a dedicated AI attack, but it'll mean that like they can't run one random ship in and start invading. which is what I want for the time being. Okay. There we go. All right, so far, we're trying to make this kind of crazy land grab in the center of the map work. So like I said, one more turn of fighters after this one. I'll feel a lot safer when those little pop gun ships are down there. All right. Ran into the soccer, but this is an uncolonized planet, so we could potentially, well, at least get the scout on this. Oh, the humans are up here, too. A lot of scouts up here. Well, we chased their scouts away. Okay, 40 minutes. I mean, this is like a low priority because it's kind of far away, but maybe. Maybe. How many of these have we built so far? 31. Okay, I wanted one more turn of building lasers and sending them down there. This is just a scout, so we'll be able to chase that away. How many more turns until these get down here? All right, 4 more turns. Okay. And then our colony ship is 5 more turns. Okay, yeah, 1 more turn of building these, and then I'll squeeze out a colony ship for, as I said, I think it's got to be this spot here because we want to get to that Terran planet. If we can control these two, also these two in the back line are completely safe if we can get these two. So we got to go for that ocean planet next, which should be in range, right? Oh, it's 6. Oh, it's 6 parsecs. Okay, but it'll be closer than 6 once we colonize this, right? How many parsecs away is that? We can check with the scout. No, oh, it's 6 parsecs away as well, unless that's the nebula causing problems. Okay. Then I guess we have to go to this planet next, because then we can hopscotch down here from there. Okay, so we'll head here next. Okay. So Nest, back to colony ship for you. Got to turn off your relocate order. You'll build build a colony that'll go here, and then I'll have you build a few pop gun fighters to hold our big prize, which is only 4 turns away at the moment. I hope that we could chase away this with what we've got, with what we've built for Kestrel. Hopefully they've got bigger fish to fry than us. Oh, you know what? I never signed them to a trade deal, did I? I gotta do that. They're allied with the Bullrathi. Okay, aggressive expansionists, that's actually not that bad. They're not ruthless or xenophobic. They're also not erratic. Let's see if we can get a basic trade deal with them. Okay. All right, that means we don't have any tech that they don't have. This is not surprising for impossible difficulty. Now we'll have to adjust our tech spending because it's always a penalty when you do, that cuts us, actually requires an extra turn to build that. That's unfortunate. But we need to try to keep these guys off our backs. All right, so the Bullrathi have to be down here somewhere. Bullrathi and Meklar are down here somewhere. Humans and Sakra over here, Klakons, and then these guys have to be down at the bottom of the map. But it looks like this northwest corner is completely uncontested, so that's really good. Yeah, there's no fish alien in this game. No fish aliens. All right, so we have just about gotten our ships down here. And even the default scanners can see within 3 parsecs. So we should be able to see if a stack like starts moving here towards Darien. Again, if I had warped 2 fighters, it would be so much easier to defend this pair of worlds. But we're just going to hope that the AI can leave us alone. We also have the pop transports incoming. So that'll take it immediately to 16 pop, which is going to be a big boost. Also, I'm actually going to transfer this. I know Nest is super close to finishing that. I'm actually going to transfer this here because I think Nest can get the... I think it can get the colony ship done 1 turn faster. On the last turn, I think I'll drop it into waste just to get that colony ship done 1 turn faster. Oh, hello. Klakon's over there. What the heck? That has to be a scout, though. There's no way they have there's no way they have enough engine tech to get over there without... So we keep chasing their scouts away. Anyway, all right. 2 more turns. We now have some pop gun fighters here. Oh, colony ship incoming from the Bullrathi. Hopefully it's not armed. Now this is an empty planet here, so that doesn't matter. But if the Bullrathi are trying to come to Kestrel, we are going to have little laser fighters to shoot them away. I suspect they're going for this planet, and I think our scout's just going to chase them away. Big Bird. Oh, that's a great name for... I like the suggestion of Big Bird for there. All right, so the humans are going to colonize this planet. They brought ships. There's no way we can keep them off that world, so... Unsurprising. Are the Borathi colony ships armed yet? There's no planet here, so it doesn't matter. But at least we figured out that they have not armed their colony ships yet. Okay, so you can come on back here to Licky. That's fine. That's fine. The odds that we were going to get these planets up here were always pretty low. But on the plus side, we did scout that planet, so we can send pop transports later on to invade if we would ever have to up there. All right, so Nest is like extremely close to finishing this. Oh wait, no, never mind. I guess it does need one more turn. I guess it's actually not close at all. Anyway, but we're about to settle Big Bird, so that's the big prize, right? And then Nest will grab this planet, and then I'll build some, as I said, some pop gun fighters here. So Kestrel is going to start building up factories. It'll be doing that for a long time. At least Nest is remaxed at 110 pop, 220 factories. So we still can't afford to do any research. We have to be plowing all our resources into expansion. But the good news is the Klakons have not expanded. They must be boxed in by the other AIs, because like for them to be on 3 planets is pretty bad. And it does feel like we have a lot of room to expand up here. So if we can get these planets here, we could potentially get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we could get all of these, that would be fantastic. I'm not holding my breath on getting all of these, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm also going to need more scouts down here because I need to see what's in this next belt. So I need to squeeze out some scouts for over here. I have some extra scouts over here. Let's shuffle 2 of the scouts over to the west because we're going to need some extra scouts over here once we start colonizing some of these planets. I mean, that's going to take 12 turns, but we might as well get started on them moving now. And Kestrel has an extra scout or 2 as well, yeah. Same deal. We want to have some scouts ready to go. Oh, wait, didn't I just send scouts? Oh, I almost sent the lasers there by accident. Good thing that would have been silly. Ha ha ha. I almost sent my scouts over there. Or I almost sent my laser pop gun fighters over there. All right. Emerald is not a bad name either, but I do like Big Bird for this one. I'm really impressed we managed to get here. I was not convinced that we could get here first. I think that the Klakons being squeezed is the big thing that's helping us. Because if the Klakons had like 7 planets right now, it would be a different story. Anyway, this is the copy protection that we don't have to worry about because this is the GOG version of the game. All right. So that's that colony ship retreating, right? Yeah. All right. I mean, they're like, if this force comes in, if this comes after me in force, it's going to be very hard to stop this because they have 14 mediums. Like I could kill the 41 daggers, I'm pretty sure, but the medium ships are a different story. Every medium is 6 times the size of the smalls. So like 14 mediums are equivalent to about 100 smalls. So I could not stop all of these ships if they came after us. But we just have to do our best. We're going to try to build up these worlds and see what happens, and hopefully the AI is going to leave us alone. That's about all we can really do. Anyway, so this colony ship's 1 turn away. We were able to tick up the slider there because we were no longer paying the maintenance on that colony ship. All right, Licky, you need to send some pop down here again. And I'm going to send you right down to, I think I'm going to do the 12 again. This will drop you down to 25 pop, but you're doing a good job of growing pop for such a little world. And this colony ship's going to go right here. And we're just going to keep doing our best to keep grabbing territory here and hope that the AI doesn't come after us in any force. I hear Charlie. He must have woken up. All right, that's just a scout moving around. That's just a scout. Like, we could potentially try to colonize this. Well, I guess we couldn't. It's barren. It's barren. I mean, at some point, I'm going to have to colonize this, too, because I don't want an enemy planet in the middle of my territory. But, like, that's just such a low priority compared to the non-hostile worlds. By the way, we've been trickling a tiny bit on terraforming. We've already gone from... oh, I guess never mind. I guess we haven't increased the planet size. The pop's been going up, but not the planet size. Okay, so we need this planet, right? Right here. This is the arid planet. Yeah. Okay. And as I said, we need at least some fighters down here at Big Bird. So we'll do the same thing. We're going to build around We'll do this turn and then like 2 more turns and get about 40 of them. It's just enough to chase off a little minor rush effort. All right, Kestrel's up to 1 production per turn. Wish I had a scanner so I could see where all the AI ships are going. All right, so they're starting to build. Now they've got a large design they're building here. Come on, you have no desire to attack over here, right? You got bigger fish to fry. I know there's no... Oh, we got them up to neutral. That's a plus. All right, they're no longer in an alliance with the Bulrathi. That's good. And our expansion's continuing on apace. All right, we said another turn of building popgun fighters. 1 more turn. All right. Now I think it's back to... We'll cancel that relocate order. Now I think it's back to more colony ships again. We got to get these colonies stood up as quickly as possible. And like, I'm not going to be shocked if the AI swats away some of these colonies, but like that's why you try to grab a bunch of them so that even if you lose some of them, there's others you can still get. Because like we have to go for this ocean and then this Terran. These have to be the next 2. Still ignoring the ultra poor for the time being. Now what is that ship? What is this ship here? Okay, that's just a scout, thank goodness. I would really like it if this big stack moved somewhere else. Yeah, there's no easy way to check we have enough on our hands already in this game. You're curious about missile bases. It's still 20 turns to build a base here at Kestrel. So that's not nearly enough. Anyway, here comes the pop transports. 2 more turns. Big Bird will grow very, very quickly because it's pop 135. Because it's, it's fertile. Fertile planets have double... or 50% higher population growth, and it's pop 135. So if that gets up to like 60 pop, it's going to be growing like 5 or 6 pop per turn. It's just an incredibly good, strong planet. I just hope we can keep it. I really do. I'm a little worried about us being able to keep that, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, had to at least make a play for it. Oh, by the way, what's the name of this planet back here? We need a new suggestion for this. This one is not a critical planet by any means, but it's still a good planet. 70 base size is, quite good. I'll give it a second for chat. Emu, it is an arid planet. I'm down with Emu for this one. I was worried the game hesitated for just like a split second there. I was very worried it was going to be loading a cutscene where the Klakons were going to declare war or something. I was like, oh god. All right, so now this is in range, and this planet's in range as well. This one's in range too. Oh, I forgot Big Bird made it much more viable. All right, so we need to get ships down here, but I can't send these scouts forward just yet. Yeah, I have scouts incoming that'll then be able to go forward. Those are the ones I was transferring from the western side of the Empire, or the eastern side, excuse me. East-west confusion. All right, yeah, Kestrel. What's this? This is a scout returning. Okay, Kestrel's still just doing its thing, building up. Going to need probably 25 more turns until it can be built up. We're just hoping the AI will give us that. And Big Bird's about to get 12 pop. That'll take it to 17 out of 135. It'll start growing very quickly. I would expect it to grow 2 to 3 pop every turn at that point. Okay, so Nest, let's see. We do need to do something about Emu, and I don't think I can hit up Licky for... Actually, I can hit up Licky for population. Just not that much. Nest, you need to build a colony ship for... Actually, we can go straight to the... that's an ultra poor. Okay. We do need to grab these planets, though, so I'll have Nest build another colony ship. I'm not going to build popgun fighters for over here. The AI, it doesn't really seem to be over here. I am wondering what's at this planet. It's clearly not an AI homeworld, but there might be something good there. If so, we'll skedaddle down there faster. Yeah, we got to grab these 3 planets next. And I guess we have to go to the ocean planet first, because otherwise we can't get to the arid 65. So I guess we have to go here, even though it's kind of a little world. Anyway, Licky, we got to hit you up again for population. I'm going to send 8 this time. That'll get that planet to 10. And then 10 out of 70 is like enough to get started. I've been pretty mean to Licky in this game. Still hasn't even built factories yet because it's just been constantly hit up for more pop. But that's usually what the role of the second planet does. Licky's been growing pop pretty well. Yeah, it grew another 2 pop that turn. Good stuff. All right, Big Bird now has now it's pop 19. All right, it got 14, so I expect it to grow 3 or like probably about 3 pop every turn for the immediate future. All right, down here that fleet is still just hanging out. Definitely could sweep away what we have at Kestrel right now if it wanted to. So let's hope that they don't want to. Missile base timing is down to 14 years. Not that 1 missile base would save us at the moment, but it would help. Problem is our tech is really bad. We still have no techs in any other field. Haven't even opened up the tech fields because there's been too much to do. We just have to keep grabbing these planets. Can't really start doing research until we've grabbed all these worlds. Oh, we can also now scout that planet in the extreme corner, because now it is in range. So we'll get that. And then, okay, these scouts are just about here. I have 2 scouts coming in 2 turns that can start moving forward over there. Some of the designs look pretty intimidating, right? Yeah. The name Avenger and that design. I mean, for all we know, it could just have a bunch of lasers on it, but we just don't know. Fortunately, the Klakons have been hanging out here at neutral. I wonder if I could get them to sign a non-aggression pact, because like there's no planets we're competing over at this point. I mean, I can ask. I doubt they'll say yes, but I'll dial them up and ask if they'd be willing to sign a non-aggression pact. It's still no guarantee, but it might help. Yeah, okay. I didn't think relations had improved enough, but it doesn't hurt to ask. If you ask too many times, it can start to get annoyed and it can hurt relations, but to ask one time is not that big a deal. All right, this scout is just, yeah, running around. Yeah, Big Bird grew 3 million pop this turn. It'll grow 3 or 4, like 3 or 4 right now, and then when it gets into the fat part of the bell curve, it really will do like 6 million per turn. So this is going to catch up to and then surpass Kestrel pretty quickly. Like, no knock on Kestrel, it's just Big Bird's such a gigantic planet, it can grow really quickly. All right. So we got the lasers incoming there. Pop transport going to Emu. We fixed this spending here, didn't we? All right. Meanwhile, Nest is building another colony ship. Not too much more to say going on right now. Oh, an Ocean 75. Very nice planet in our backlines. We'll definitely grab that. All right, please not a war declaration. Oh. Peace unto you. Wait, is this pacifist Sakura? Wait, what? Is that a pacifistic personality from them? They're pacifists. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Well, it looks like they actually have a fair number of planets on this map. Okay, yeah, they're in the corner, and then the humans are right here, too. They must have enough range tech now to say hi to us. Interesting. Unfortunately, our relations start out low with them, but if they're pacifists, it actually is easier to make friends with them. We'll have to try to sign them up to trade as well. So the humans must have these 2 planets and then that planet up here. So the humans, there must be a 3-planet empire as well. And the Sakura are here. So the Meklar and the Bulrathi are obviously down here, but I think they're more on this side, because if like the Meklar were here, we would have seen more of them by now. We know the Bulrathi have 6 planets, so it must be a fairly large bear empire, which is kind of amusing. Anytime the bears are large, it's kind of funny. Okay, so here we have scouts that we can start sending forward. All right. Oh. Ah. So that's wait, that's a... Oh, the Bulrath... Okay, the Sakura got over here, so that must be due to their alliance with the bears. Isn't that a hostile planet? No. Unexplored. Huh. Okay. That was going to be like one of the next planets I explored. Well, let's get a move on seeing what we can see over here. Again, we're kind of hitting the limits of where we can expand peacefully on this map right now. Okay. Well, we definitely need to get down here then. So we're definitely going to push expansion in this direction. Now we have a new colony ship. So I think it has to go here. As fast as we can go. And then we'll probably need to grab the ultra poor ocean world here soon too. And we still have this minimal planet, which is quite a good world. It's just it's not under any threat, so we're delaying it. And then we'll have that ocean world, plus this Terran ultra poor. Yeah, if we can get all these 1, 2... I've kind of like screened off this planet from the rest of the AIs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we can get 11 planets here. Granted, 2 of them are ultra poor, but still. Humans are definitely very weak in this game. All right, anyway, we need to try to sign these guys up to trade. I'm not worried about the Sakura. What I'm worried about is the Sakura declaring war and then pulling in other AIs with them. Okay. Because you can get dogpiled pretty quickly. If we can just get them up to neutral, I'll be reasonably pleased. Because, like, they're in an alliance with the Bullrathi, and the Klakons are in an alliance with the Bullrathi. So, like, if the Sakura declare war, and then the Bullrathi declare war, and then the Klakons declare war, it can get ugly pretty quickly. So we were trying to avoid that. All right, anyway. Kestrel's almost at the point where it can terraform. I usually like to terraform when they can do it in 2 turns. All right. Yeah, Big Bird's growing like a weed. Already 4 pop growth per turn. Or Licky. All right, Emu, we just found it. All right. So we're still just in the scramble mode to colonize as much as we can before it gets snapped up by the AIs. Sorry, we got more colony ships everywhere, and then our new planets are just building their factories. Still a rather large fleet there, but at least we have something on both Big Bird and Kestrel. Like, they're not undefended. They're kind of like lightly defended. No, we're not going there. And we know that's the human homeworld. We just don't have contact with them yet. So, still not time to open research. Like, normally by now I would have opened research, but there's just too many planets to claim. I have to continue grabbing these worlds. We got to continue getting what we can right now before it's gone. Yeah, all right. So, Emu, yep, this will get Emu to 12 out of 70, and that's enough to get it started. And then we just have to hope we don't get attacked for a little while. This one's going to the Ocean 30 world, right? Yeah. Probably need to grab this ultra poor planet next, even though I don't love colonizing an ultra poor world. Well, actually, we probably should go for the arid 65 next. But the problem is that planet's not going to be in range until this colony ship arrives. So, and this colony ship's done in 2 turns. I think we just send it here and lock this down. I cannot have a planet in the middle of my territory held by an AI. Not for any length of time. That would be a nightmare defensively. Anyway, we do have ships moving to these to get scouts on these. And then that minimal planet we need to get to. It's just not under a threat at the moment. All right. Yep, they continue to stack up ships here, but they're leaving me alone so far. All right, Kestrel is in a good place to terraform because, see, it's already over 50% pop, and we can do the terraforming in 2 turns. There we go. So we'll just have it terraform for 2 turns. Big Bird's almost there too. How quickly is it growing? Yeah, another 4 pop. It's growing very quickly. As I said, it's going to catch up to and pass Kestrel relatively soon just because of all its pop growth. And now Emu is slowly getting there. That's the newest one. And then, yeah, and then we've got more incoming. Licky still just hanging in there. Dutifully growing pop for us. Licky's going to send pop to these next worlds that are colonized too. Oh, hello. Where is this? Where in the world is this going? 23 colony transports. What in the world? Where is this going? They didn't get a scout on any of my worlds. Oh, you know what it is? They're sending from here to here. That's what this is. It's a transfer between these planets. So it looks like it's going from Jinga to Artemis. Okay. Interesting. So we still haven't gotten the Sakura up from uneased to neutral yet, but hopefully we will. Actually, I think we're going to tick up from neutral to whatever the next thing is past neutral soon. Relaxed, I think it is. Maybe we'll be able to get a non-aggression pact with the Klakons then. All right, one more turn to terraform. I didn't build the colony ship here. Oh, no, I did build the colony ship this turn. Okay. Glad I remembered that. I didn't want to have that just sitting there. And it's time to do another colony ship as well. Got to keep grabbing these planets as quickly as we can. Got to head for this cluster, and then we'll finally go back and get these 2. I hope that that goes down to 5 parsec range at some point. Is this still 6 parsecs away? Yeah, it's still 6, unfortunately. Would this drop it down to 5? Nope, still 6. Okay. This one's going to be a little tricky to reach, but I don't see anyone else getting up there. Maybe I'll just build a huge... Or you know what we do? If we can get some more planetology tech, we should be able to put a long-range fuel tanks. Oh, wait. On a large hull. So that'll work. We'll get that one sooner or later. Oh, wow. A Jungle 85. Wow. Okay. Can we get there? I think we'll have to... I think we should at least try. Might be a bridge too far, but we can at least try. I'd rather defend there than in a nebula. Like at this world. I mean, we have to at least try to get these planets. Even though it means delaying tech even longer in this game. So we're one turn away from colonizing that world. Also, Kestrel's done terraforming this turn. We can go ahead and put it back on factory building. Now it's a size 85 planet. Very nice world. Oh, hello. What's this? There's a ship incoming. All right, colony ships. Well... We got lasers to chase them away if they're going to Kestrel, which I think they are. And Big Bird's ready to terraform as well. Just grew 6 pop last turn. Oh my god, Big Bird. That fertile population. You're going to be pop 145 after this, which is just insane. Now, it's going to take forever to build all the factories. It has 14 factories. It needs 270 to max out. But yeah, okay. I mean, I just keep seeing more planets I want to grab constantly as the game keeps going on. I'm going to keep trying to grab them until the AI stops me. I'm going to keep grabbing them. We still have 2 pretty good planets. These are both like size 70 worlds in the back line that we'll just grab. But every time I think I'm going to like go for this planet, there's another one I need to grab that's in a more contested zone. Here's another planet that's worth grabbing. It's poorer, but... Alright. So did we have a suggestion for this one? Was the suggestion mine for this one because it's Ocean World? Or do we have another suggestion for this one? This is a little planet. This one's only base size 30s. This is never going to be a great world, but... hey, any planet we control is one the AI doesn't control. Seagull. Good call. It is an ocean planet. And it's small. Bagel. Are we in contact with someone? Oh! First council vote. Okay. We are not nominated. Interesting. We don't have enough popular. But this could be good. We can potentially vote for the Sakura. Because we haven't even met the Bolrathi yet. So we can vote for the Sakura and give them brownie points. Okay, it looks like the Meklar and the Bolrathi are friends. So the Sakura have the most population. Not unusual for this early in the game. Oh, never mind. No, the Bolrathi have... Oh, wow. This must be a large Bolrathi empire. They already have 7 votes. Klakons abstain. Okay, good. So the votes are split. We have 3 votes. Okay, well, we're going to vote for the Sakura. This will give us a big relations boost with them. Doesn't put them anywhere close to winning. Yeah, the Bolrathi do have some good names. All right, see, yeah, now it took them up to neutral, and maybe we can get a non-aggression pact with them as a result of that. Can at least try. Okay. Worth a shot. I'm going to try again with the bugs as well. All right, let's go. I love how their eyes turn blue. They turn red when they're upset. Now, do I expect that to last for a long time? No, I do not. But when the fleet strength looks like this, and the technology bar graph looks like this, I have no intention of picking a fight with you. No intention of picking a fight. What's this? Oh, uh-oh. Just sent a bunch of ships towards Big Bird. Well, maybe with any luck, they won't attack. It does mean they can ignore my ships when attempting to colonize worlds, but like, where would that even be a problem? Maybe on this planet, and that's it? I think that's the only world where that would be an issue. Okay, well, Big Bird's in the process of terraforming. Now, maybe they're not even going for me here. Let's see, they were here. They might be going to this planet here, or they might be going to this planet here. We'll just keep an eye on and watch. Kestrel needs to hold its laser fighters here, so hopefully they're not going to attack. Even if they do, I think the non-aggression pact will cause them to pull back, I think. In any case, I do feel better with having the non-aggression pact no matter what. Okay, so Emu, you're building. Seagull doesn't need much pop because it's a little planet. I think if we send it 6 million, that'll be plenty. Because I do need to send some to get this ultra poor world started. All right, so that planet's going to be Seagull's going to be grabbed next, and then I think we have to go for the Nebula world next. This arid 65 in the hopes of maybe getting down here. That's the hope anyway. Unfortunately, we have to go through the Nebula, which is going to be awkward. But okay. I mean, we're still grabbing planets. As long as we're grabbing more planets, I'm feeling pretty good. Kestrel is developing pretty nicely. Said missile base is down to 8 turns. Down from 20 earlier. Not that one missile base would save us. All right, well, let's see where this goes. I'm really watching this. So this is, let's see, just northwest of the P in Prometheus. I'm trying to watch where this is going. All right, well, it definitely looks like it's headed for Big Bird. Not going to lie, it sure looks like it's heading for Big Bird, but we just signed a non-aggression pact. I hope that they will adhere to that. I certainly hope so. Oh, wow, and it looks like the humans scrapped their colony ship that was in here, because remember how there was a colony ship headed for Kestrel? Now that's not there anymore. This is headed for Licky, but we'll just chase it away with our scout. Yeah, so Big Bird. Hopefully these ships are not going to attack us. I don't think we have enough. I could probably kill the colony ship. You think it's going for the ultra? Actually, you might be right. Let's see. It was... Yeah, I think you're right. I do think it's going for the ultra poor. I think that's right. But we are going to get there first. Yeah, I think that's right, because it was like right here last turn, and then now it's here. Its trajectory does seem to be on line with this spot here. Okay. Well, we'll see what they do, right? We are going to colonize the ultra poor first. We'll see if they actually attack or if they adhere to the non-aggression pact. I guess we'll see. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, if they blow up the ultra poor, it's not that big of a deal. I don't really care that much about that world. I do care about Big Bird surviving. But yeah, I mean, we're almost at the point where like Big Bird can start building colony ships. It's not quite there yet. Like, how long did it take Big Bird to build a colony ship for down here? So yeah, see, 16 turns. It's not there yet. Needs more factories. But as it continues to grow, it'll blow up those it'll stand up those factories faster, and I might be able to use one of these other planets for shipbuilding. All right, anyway, Seagull has pop coming in. Emu is early on in its development. It's not ready to terraform yet. Licky is still just sitting there, putting very, very minimal research into... I mean, we've almost trickled... We've trickled like halfway to control dead over the course of all this time. Still feel like we're like juggling plates and trying to keep them all up in the air right now. Well, anyway. There's a... Yep. Does appear to be going for the ultra poor. And there's also a colony... Okay, there's a colony ship going to this spot here. Now, do they have Baron Tech or not? I don't know, but here's what we can do. We can send these lasers here, and we can chase them off. This will leave Big Bird temporarily undefended, but I mean, it's not like we can stop this anyway. Hopefully they'll just turn around as soon as they see the scout here. I'm curious what they're gonna do. Anyway, we scout. So one more turn, and this colony ship is gonna have to go to the Nebula spot, because this is ultra poor and this is poor. So we're gonna try to get these planets first. Also, we have some extra scouts up here at Seagull, so let's send these extra scouts down here just in case we'd have reason to see the next planets in line. All right. What do we want to name this ultra poor planet? Yeah, if they blow up the ultra poor, it's only 2 million citizens. What do we want to name this ultra poor, possibly doomed colony? Crow? That's not necessarily bad. I'm open to other suggestions, though. Piping Plover? That's such a ridiculous name. Piping. Oh, I think there is enough room to fit that. Murder's not bad either, but I like that name, Piping Plover. Oh, we don't have quite enough room. Piping Plove. Anyway, so we'll be chasing that away. All right, so we're going to try to grab this in the nebula. I will, while that's doing its long transit, I think I will grab Mailer next. Nest is going to do another colony ship, of course. Love to have other planets build colony ships, but none of them can build them fast enough. I guess the closest would probably be Kestrel. That missile base is down to 6 turns now. If we would need a missile base there. This is just a Sakura pop transport that has nothing to do with us. We're chasing this colony ship away. And then we'll scoot back to Big Bird again. Too bad we don't have Warp 2 engines. That would definitely make a lot of this a lot faster. I am not going to send pop transports to Piping Plover because this planet might not be here in a couple turns. And, yeah. And Licky can save its pop for other worlds at the moment. All right, Nest. Wait, was Nest not maxed out? I thought it was. All right, well, whatever's going to happen at Piping Plover is going to happen next turn. Where is this going? That has to be a scout, and all my planets are covered, except Nest, but I'm not going to let them scout Nest. I don't know if it's going there. If it is, I'll just... If it looks like it's headed to Nest, I'll just have this scout from Licky scoot over there. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that right now. You scoot over there, and Licky, get me another scout. There we go. All right. Kestrel, you're just building up. Big Bird, you're building... Wow, you're already at 5 factories per turn. Wow, you do have a lot of population, Big Bird. Sakura have a colony ship down here. I actually might need to keep these popgun fighters over this barren planet. Because it looks like the Sakura are going to colonize there. If I don't... That's just scouts. Okay. Yes, we have a colony ship en route, but this one's going to be kind of slow to get there. Okay, I think I have everything covered at the time being. Let's see what happens. I honestly don't even know if they're going to attack or not. Okay. Oh, my friends, look at that. Our non-aggression pact means they didn't do anything. They didn't attack the planets. Good job, guys. Thanks for that. Oh, that's right. I can't chase these guys away because we have a non-aggression pact, right? So I actually can't chase them all. I can't chase the Klakons away. You guys think they're going to invade? Well, I guess we'll find out. I think that they might just be good neighbors and leave. I guess we'll find out, won't we? I think they're going to be good friends and leave. All right, Emo, still building up. Kestrel. What are we looking at? Oh, they're both at relaxed. Look at that. We got 2 racial enemies to relaxed. That's pretty impressive. All right, we do have a council vote coming up in 9 turns. We have more planets than both of these guys, and we still have more planets we're looking to grab. Klakons will never want to agonize you. Let's see what happens over here. Again, I think that I can't chase them away because I have a non-aggression pact with them, but let's see what happens. If that's the case, I'll just have to scoot back to Big Bird. Okay. So they've sent 57 colony transports. So that was not as friendly as I was hoping for. They have 57 colony transports incoming. Guys, I thought we had a non-aggression pact. Thought we had a non-aggression pact here, you guys. That wasn't very friendly of you. So, yeah, it wasn't my planet. Pretty sure it wasn't my planet at the time. I see what you're saying. It wasn't. It was not under my control at the time they sent the fleet. Gotcha. Well, again, I'm willing to overlook this and not get too upset about this if, like, they did get this planet, the barren planet, it's ultra rich. It is only size 10. If them going after Piping Plover secures us Kestrel and Big Bird, like, that is a very, very good trade. That is a very, very good trade if it buys us enough time for that to happen. So anyway, that's a little unfortunate, but it does look like we're going to secure... I think we secure these 2 planets, I think. Now, having an ultra-poor enemy planet in the middle of my territory is not exactly going to be great. But anyway, we're about to claim that planet up there, and then we'll see what we can get over here in the western corner. But yeah, I'm just like evacuating out. Oops, extra scout. That's right, Licky built an extra scout too. Well, that's fine. We have an extra scout too up here. No big deal. The good news is Big Bird and Kestrel. Big Bird is already building factories faster than Kestrel now. And I can already do a defensive base in 4 turns. Oh, hello. Where's this colony ship going? Where is this going? How do they have the... Oh, I was going to say, how do they have the range? It looks like it's headed for that planet over there. The ultra poor. Okay. I wasn't expecting them to... Wait, how could they even have the range to get over? I guess they have the range from that world there. It looks like they are now sending out ships to go claim some of these other planets. Now that is more of a problem. Where did their fleet go? Oh, did they move it back here? Because they had a fleet at Piping Plover and it kind of disappeared. Now, if we could, you know what we could do? We might be able to stop them from capturing this. If we flood Piping Plover with transports, we could probably keep them off this world. It's a size 65 planet. If we get it to size 65, we'll have Defender's advantage. We might be able to fight them off. I don't know what ground pounder tech they have. We might actually be able to fight them off and hold this planet. Maybe. Because we already have 96 pop on Big Bird. And Big Bird should be able to get... Let me go ahead and save this just to give this a try. I think we might be able to hold this planet. Because you do get the Defender's advantage. I'm more concerned about this colony ship flying around. Unless I could somehow get a colony ship over to the... Because they're clearly going for this ultra poor over here. Could check for a... Oh yeah, we could check for a trade. We're already up to amiable, even though we're engaged in this. Oh, they're actually in a treaty with the Sakura now. I doubt that there's anything they even... Yeah, see, we don't have any tech that interests them. The only techs we have are plus 10 terraforming and range 5. We literally have researched no other techs the whole game. All right, Piping Plover. So we need to get you to 60. We need 62 pop. We can't send all that from Big Bird. Unfortunately, Kestrel can't get there in time. I should have been looking at this. Well, earlier it would have been pointless because their ships defending would have just shot that down. What if we send everything we have, though? 48 million? Unfortunately, you can only send half your pop each turn. It gives us at least an attempt to hold this planet. Because Big Bird should get there faster. What about Seagull? Seagull's the only other planet in range. It can only send 5 million, but 5 million is... You know, we can send 5 million. That might be enough to hold the world. We're going to at least make the attempt here. If this doesn't work out, then... Oh, this is an armed colony ship. Okay, well... So much for that. Looks like the Mechla... Alright, they brought fighter escort, so they're going to claim these planets. And that'll bring us in contact with the Mechlar. I'm not going to pester the AI constantly to declare war on each other. That's kind of a cheesy thing. Alright, so it looks like we're not going to get anything further south. So it looks like we finally are hitting the limits of what we can grab here, which is not shocking. As I said, I was kind of surprised we made it as far as we did in this game. We have a colony ship en route to this arid planet, which hopefully we can have a chance to grab, right? That's this ship right there here. Yeah. So we definitely now need to grab this planet if we can get it, and then the Backlines worlds. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to get the colony transport in there. Big Bird can actually send more pop this turn if we want to. How much do we have incoming? 48 plus 4. And then we have 5, right? This is a 5 send. So we have 53 incoming. That gets us to 53 plus 4 is 57. So 57, it can take 8 more. I think this will still get here. I don't know. Actually, I don't think that that can get there in time. Well, I think we're going to have one turn where we can grow pop before they arrive, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so you go back to industry. We crunched your industry pretty badly there. Oh, my laser fighters are coming back here. Okay. Now I don't know what that colony ship is doing, but it should be okay. Nest is almost done another colony ship. Emu is about ready to terraform. Seagull is still early on in the process of building up. All right, let's see what happens. I'm not sure what we can do about this colony ship going to the ultra poor over here, unfortunately. And it looks like the Meklar are headed for this. It looks like the Meklar just brought in a big fleet and decided they wanted this whole cluster. That's unfortunate. I think this colony ship's going to get chased away, unfortunately. Better than them invading Seagull, though. All right, so piping plover still needs one more turn before this can arrive. And then this is 2 turns away. Oof. I don't know if we have enough time here. Well, let's see what happens, as I keep saying. Maybe they just have missiles and we can outdodge the missiles. No. Do they have any weapons? Oh, they have Duralloy, unfortunately. If they didn't have Duralloy, I think we might be able to beat them. Oh, it's close. We would have beaten them if they didn't have Duralloy there. That's really unfortunate. Okay. Now here's the problem. I thought that this would get there before. It didn't get there. So now this will be interpreted as an invasion, and that's why I created a save game file, because I didn't know what was going to happen there. So we're going to go back, because that would be interpreted as me invading them. I think if I had reacted 1 turn sooner, I could have saved this planet, but I was slow to react. So we will, instead of sending all that pop, we will instead just accept that this is not going to be ours. That's unfortunate. As I said, I think I could have stopped them if I had spotted this a turn sooner. But unfortunately, Kestrel was just a little bit too slow to get there. Oof. Wow, boy, the game got a lot harder very, very quickly. Because on this turn, it looked like we were going to maybe get two or three of these planets, and suddenly they were all snapped up. And it looks like we're going to lose this world, and it looks like we're going to lose this world too. Just got much, much, much harder in a very, very short period of time. Now is there any way we can get these guys to cancel that attack? They are stealing our ultra rich and our ultra poors, but they'll not. Yeah, the non-aggression pact did come back to hurt me, because I could have chased them off this planet if I hadn't signed the non-aggression pact, and without colonizing that world, I could also chase away this colony ship, but now I can't do that. I did not anticipate that they were going to grab this and then send a colony ship all the way here in my back line. I just didn't see them doing that. They caught me off guard with that move. I guess that's my bad. Well, we did get the 2 biggest prizes in the center of the map, but unfortunately, we're not grabbing everything elsewhere. Yeah, we already knew that they're going to come in and grab these planets here. Literally on the same turn. It's kind of wild, right? They're coming in with these heavy forces on the same turn. Just out of nowhere, suddenly the Meklar show up with a massive fleet and grab these planets. Although, if anything, I should probably be glad I got as much time as I did. I just wish I could chase this off, but with the non-aggression pact, it won't work. They actually have, wow, they have even more. Where does this go? Oh, hello. Well, this is probably going for one of the AIs. because I don't think it's headed for me. I don't think so. Wish I had a scanner. Well, on the plus side. Oh wait, what the? I had a colony ship sitting here. I must have forgotten. Must have finished. Probably finished 2 turns ago though. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, I don't suppose that this ship. There's no way that ship can get to Zarden before this Klakon fleet gets there. Unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could technically cancel the non-aggression pact, but I don't think that's a good idea, given that I can't stop their fleets. I guess they're just going to take all the ultra poor planets. Now, again, I have a ship only a couple turns away from here. So I do want to get this planet. The problem is it's 6 parsecs, so I can't get there anytime soon. What I can do, though, is I could open up research and see what I have for my tech options. Control dead plus... I think it's like the first tier of construction tech can get us to put long-range fuel tanks on a large hull. All right, so what do we want to emphasize? Let's just put it on even spending for a turn, and then we'll see what we have in the fields, and I'll adjust spending from there. As I said, the good news is Kestrel and Big Bird are developing really well. They're going to be strong planets if I can hold on to them. Poor Piping Plover, though. We were almost able to hold this. All right, well, that's not what we want, but maybe we'll have Robotics 3 at the next tier. Okay, this is good. I'm going to prioritize this because we didn't have improved eco restoration. Getting reduced industrial waste is a big priority. Okay, you never have a choice here. You always have class 2 deflectors. Ouch at that cost. And we'll take the hand lasers. If I'd had hand lasers, I also would have held that planet too. But yeah, hand lasers would have been enough to flip that combat, but such is life. All right, well, let's go ahead and adjust spending. As I said, I'm going to adjust construction. I'll leave force fields alone. Planetology, I don't want to touch. Propulsion, though, I can give a couple ticks. Okay. All right, poor Piping Plover about to get run over. And then the Meklar are doing the exact same thing here on the reload, which is fine. As I said, I didn't have a fleet in range to try to contest them. I just didn't anticipate that they'd come barging in like this. Like, literally, I had never even seen them, and all of a sudden in 2 turns, they're grabbing 3 planets on my border. Can you save scum for better techs? Well, number one, I don't think you can do so because I believe the tech tree is locked is determined before the game starts. And number 2, even if you could do so, I would not do so because that would be a kind of a cheesy way to play things, I think. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and terraform Licky because Nest is currently on research. And you can see we need waste cleanup very badly. We have a ship going up here, and then we're going to we definitely want to grab this spot in the corner, but we don't have the range to get it because we can't colonize any of these worlds. And even if we did colonize that, it wouldn't be enough. And as I said, I don't think I can stop that colony ship from getting there. It's like a slow motion car crash. I can't stop it. Might as well just retreat this. We can't stop them from colonizing that. We killed 1. Yeah. All right, well, this map got annoying in a hurry. We have like 2 isolated island worlds now, and then we have our core back here. This planet will never be colonizable. This one we might get a toxic later on. So we have like these 2 worlds out by themselves, and then our core here. Kind of a weird map. Hopefully Seagull can avoid people coming after us. Seagull's pretty exposed. Emu's in position to terraform too. We should do that. Diplomatically, we're actually in pretty good terms with these AIs. For the time being, at least. Yeah, Licky is. And then maybe Licky can finally build some factories for itself. All right, we're going to have that colonized shortly. And then I'll see how close we are. Whether it makes sense to try to do reduced industrial waste 80% plus controlled dead. Not that controlled dead's going to unlock anything for us. Or if it just makes more sense to have a Nest build put a colony base on a large hull so we can get it or on a huge hole, excuse me, so we can get that spot. I really do not want the AI grabbing that planet back there. Still, it looks like we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is enough to be competitive. Enough to be competitive. I'm worried about the Meklar being this big, but it does look like the galaxy is relatively evenly split. The Bolrathi are the biggest power. They must have most of the bottom of the map down here that we can't see. And then the humans we still don't have contact with. All right, Meklar, what are their personality? Ruthless industrialists. That's their normal personality. Oh god, the Sakra have alliances with 3 different races. That's concerning. And they're pacifists too. That could be trouble if they're nominated in the council and they have that many votes. But the Bolrathi have a huge population apparently, so I think we're okay. I think we're okay for right now. We probably should try to dial the Meklar up to trade because I do not want them coming after me right now. They always have a huge fleet strength, yeah. Look at the tech graphs. They're not good at the moment. They're not good. We just have no tech that anyone would even want to trade for, so there's not much point in doing the trade tech stuff right now. Now, of course, we'll have to adjust spending because we just dialed up trade. Trade is always a net loser until a long time goes by, unless you're the humans who get bonuses to trade. A lot of these early techs are kind of cheap, so we're already making some good progress on them. And yeah, so our net income from planets is still negative right now. I'm just trying to see. Unfortunately, knowing when we're going to... We really need an upgraded scanner text because we just cannot see who's possibly attacking us right now. It's really hard to tell because there's so many ships flying around everywhere. It's very, very hard to tell. Anyway, Emu's halfway done its terraforming. I think it actually needs a little bit more because we dialed up that. And then Licky is done its terraforming. Licky can finally now build some factories for itself. It's been on like 10 factories, 18 factories for the entire game. But now it can finally do that while the homeworld's taking over the research load. All right, oh, we need a name for this planet we've been ignoring forever in the hopes of grabbing more stuff. And you know, we actually did get most of the stuff that was contested. The only thing that really threw me off guard was the Meklar coming in out of nowhere. And there's just no way to plan around that. They just showed up with like 6 large ships and multiple colony ships out of nowhere. There's nothing I can do. Condor and I think we'll go with Condor for back here. Like, there's just nothing you can do about that when they just show up with a big force out of nowhere. So I think we managed to prioritize keywords. So it's like the ones we didn't get, like, okay, we didn't get the ultra rich planet, but that one is size 10. We didn't get the poor or the ultra poor. We obviously could have had this planet. We just chose to prioritize better planets instead. So as I said, I'm pretty happy with how that worked. I do wish I had gotten this planet because it's going to be very awkward them having a planet here. I'm also worried that they're going to leapfrog up to that spot, but it is what it is. Now, the other question is, how expensive... Okay, so let's look at this. Design. How expensive is it to put a large a colony's base and reserve fuel tanks on a huge? It's 1,800 production. This ship is also called the Condor. 1,800 BC. So how much production is... we're getting... That would be like 12 or 13 turns of production from the capital. Is that worth it? It probably is. It's unfortunate that it's like we're like just barely out of range to get up there. Emo, you can go back to building your factories now. Suspect the clock on outpost will be gobbled up by the Meklar before too soon. Quite possibly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Meklar with 7 planets is a bit concerning. I mean, they have no alliances with anyone. Sakra, Bolrathi. All right, well, a lot of these alliances are being formed and dissolved constantly. By the way, it's also almost time for a council vote. 2 more turns. I'm not too concerned. It's going to be probably Sakra against Bolrathi. It would be nice if I had contact with the Bolrathi. Anyway, I'm just trying to think if I want to try to build this huge ship to go grab this spot back here in the corner. Or if I just try to get, you know what, it's probably better to try to get more tech and then see if we can fit the reserve fuel tanks on a large hull. I think that if we discover techs in propulsion, planetology, and construction, I think that'll drop the cost enough that we can do it. And then it'll only be like a 3 or 4 turn build. I hope so anyway. But we're so far behind on tech, I do think we need to start getting moving on tech so that we can like build missile bases that actually have weapons on them. Look at Big Bird. It's still only 83 factories, but it's already building 9 per turn. And it's already at 118 pop. So anyway, that was colonized as expected. Oh, we still have a ship here? Oh, we still have a ship up here. That's right. We should just scrap this colony ship. There's nowhere I can send it. Yeah, there's nowhere I can send it except there, and it doesn't have the range, so we should just scrap that. And now we will immediately redesign the same ship. And if you're wondering why, it's because I have some production built up. Wow, that ship is cheap. Wait. That ship only cost 215 BC. Wow. This is a very cheap ship to build now. Hold on. How close am I to being able to fit reserve fuel, standard colony base, and reserve fuel tanks? Okay. I am not... Well, I need the space. That's the thing. It's not the cost that's bad. It's the space. So we definitely need construction tech for that. Okay. I guess we're not that close at the moment. But I have to put something here. So, oh wow, wait, what the heck? We're still gonna build a ship. Okay, well, never mind that. I don't want this colony ship to finish between turns. Fleet. Fine then, design. Just so we can put production into something. 11 turns. No, we need tech. We need tech really badly. And the only planet that's maxed out is the home world. We need tech very badly. All these planets are... Oh, and Condor needs population. Duh. What am I saying? All right, so Condor, 60 base. I should have sent this last turn. About 10. Or 9's fine. Poor Licky. Hit up for population yet again. Anyway, Kestrel's almost maxed out on pop, if a long way on factories. I hope this is not someone declaring war. Oh, it's a council meeting. All right, we are nominated against the Bulrathi. Okay. I hope that the Bulrathi don't have a ton of alliances that we can't see. Okay, I wish that the Sakra had been nominated again. I could have cast my vote for them. All right, the Mechlars don't vote for them. He has 10 votes. He has a full veto block already. All right, I'm glad these AIs are abstaining because this guy's not far away from winning. I would actually cast my votes for Smirch if I could, but that would just win in the game, so I have to abstain. Even though I haven't met him yet, I would still vote for him because he would remember it. Yeah, that was kind of close. The Bulrathi having 10 votes already is an awful lot. Like, that's a lot of votes there. Also, we need to move this... Oh, I am already moving that. Okay, so they have 20 colony transports headed there. I mean, this is a big planet. It's just it's ultra poor. That said, this could be a good place to invade and pick up tech from the... both Piping Plover and Jardin could be very good places to invade and capture tech from the Clacons down the road. Because needless to say, I do not think we're going to get peace from them the whole game. We might be relaxed right now, or actually all the way up to amiable, but I do not anticipate that lasting the whole game, to say the least. All right, we're already building 11 factories a turn here, but we can actually go up to 290. So still needs like 15 more turns to max out. But if we need to crash build defensive bases, we can do that now. We could actually build almost 1 per turn if we pull in reserve spending from the homeworld. But anyway, we don't want to do that right now. And Kestrel is closer to maxing. Yeah, it only needs about 80 to 90 more factories at this point. And then I definitely want to get some bases up there. I also need to get some tech so that my bases will actually do something. Like right now, the bases would be shooting nuke missiles, and they would have no armor, and they would have no shields beyond class 1 shields. So that's partly why we need to get research going. So our bases will actually do something. So right now, we're just kind of hoping that nothing happens. All right, well, there's the hand lasers. Okay. I do think that we need some kind of a better missile. So I'm going to go for Hyper X's. Now, the downside to this is there might be scatter packs at the next level, but the problem is none of the other options are very appealing here. Anti-missile rockets are terrible, so I think we just grab the Hyper X's. I think we have to grab this. Gatling lasers at the first tier, so this wouldn't even advance the tech tree by taking this. And then anti-missile rockets are really not good. Remember, we can only build small ships this game. This is a special that you don't want to put. You wouldn't want to put anti-missiles on a small hull anyway. So really, we have no choice but to take Hyper X's here. At least that'll give our bases some punch, if not a lot. Construction, though, really is the biggest tech because construction will cut our... We're researching reduce waste 80%. That'll cut so much off our waste costs. It's a very, very big deal to get that. Unfortunately, planetology is not going to do anything for us because there's no... it's not going to open up any hostile worlds. We're researching controlled dead, and there's no dead worlds. The only hostile planets we had in range were a barren planet and then this toxic world, and obviously we don't have the tech for either of them. So hopefully we're just clicking next turn here. That's the hope. And like nothing going on is good for us. All right, that was an early pop on computer tech. Come on, improve robotics 3. Hey, there we go. Improve robotics 3. That's what we want. Now we will have to pick up improved battle computer at some point, but you can often trade for them, or like there's a level of jammers and battle computers at every single rung of the ladder. We definitely need to get this. Expensive tech, but will be really good for the economy. I'm actually gonna dial up some of the spending on that. All right. So again, kind of quiet turns right now, but that's good. So here comes the pop transports incoming. And we don't seem to be getting attacked anywhere, so that's good. Klakons are sending a bunch of ships over here. Have the any of the races gotten into wars yet? Nope, still not at war with anyone. Allied with everyone. Sakra seem very... You know, the Sakra have bad diplomacy with so many leaders. You'd think that they would be in... you'd think that they would avoid being in that kind of shape. Look at all these go-to orders that the AI has. It's kind of wild. Anyway, I do not believe I'm being targeted here, so until I am, I'm going to continue the factory building on these planets, even though it's nerve-wracking to see all these ships flying around up here. How many factories does Licky have, by the way? 33. Okay. Like, I'm watching them, their go-to orders on the minimap, but I do not seem to be getting targeted as far as I can tell. Yeah, we need... Obviously, our research is very slow because only the homeworld's doing any research right now. But as planets max out on their factories, we'll get in a position... Kestrel's going to be the first to max out. I'll only build one base for right now because, like, any missile base we build is just kind of symbolic until we have actual shields and weapons. It's actually better to just build the one base and then... research tech that allows our bases to do something, as opposed to stacking up bases that are just, like, as we said, throwing nuclear spears at the skies. So we're just teching at the moment. Again, construction's really the biggest tech for us right now to cut all our waste cleanup costs. Oh, here comes some. Okay, well, they're just sending pop transports to one of their worlds. Look at all these AI ships here. I need the scanner that shows where ships are going in the worst way. Need that very badly. Oh, hey, look at this. Kestrel's about to max out. All right. It's going to max out at, what is it, 170 factories? Okay. First planet aside from the homeworld to max out. We are going to build a... There we go. We are going to build a missile base here. What's this? Okay. So we are ahead of the Bullrath. We're ahead of everyone except the Bullrathi, the only races we don't have contact with. So the Clacons are pretty weak in this galaxy. I do think the Clacons are probably going to be a good opportunity for expansion later on because they're inclined to dislike us. They have some planets that are not going to be well defended that we can go after, but that's for down the road, not for right now. And the Bullrathi are clearly a major power. Meklar, I would really like not to tangle with them, and the humans I'd love to try to make into an ally, but we still don't even have contact with them, which is unfortunate. All right, so Kestrel is maxed. Big Bird is not far off. It's at 200. Actually, no, never mind. It still can build 90 more factories. What the heck, Big Bird? Still build 90 more factories here. It already produces more research than the homeworld, even though it's missing 90 factories. This planet's absurd. Anyway, Kestrel, I want that one missile base. And then we'll flip over. All right, at least we're going to have reduced industrial waste going to pop here shortly. And then force field, so we have at least class 2 deflectors. That will stop an infinite number of laser-based ships, if nothing other than lasers. What's this? Oh, we met the Bullrathi. Okay. Well, now at least we have a... Oh, yeah, wow, they're pretty big. They must have gotten an improved range tech to contact us. Wow, okay. Bear boys are large in this galaxy. At least it does mean that it's going to be relatively straightforward. We know who our council opponent's going to be in each election. Wow, okay. What are they? They are aggressive ecologists. They're currently allied only with the Meklar. Okay. Well, so far, you know, we're kind of making friends. We've kind of made friends with just about everybody thus far. Somehow. Try to dial them up to trade too. We have no intention of picking a fight with anybody until our planets can max out. Oops, I wanted form trade agreement. Yeah, they got a big economy there. We could get range 4 from them. Again, we don't really have anything to trade right now. All right, so now all our planets are going to have their economies messed up by signing yet another trade deal. But hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, Seagull, you're just about ready to terraform. Seagull is not defended at all. Actually, Emo's coming along pretty nicely as well. I haven't paid much attention to this world. It has half its factories built. That's good. That means once they get halfway there on factories, they only need about 10 more turns. Poor Seagull, it has a billion ships flying by it every single turn. This little size 30. And then Big Bird in the middle of all the chaos here. It's not far away from maxing out. And then I'll get a base on it and I'll feel a lot safer. All right, we're starting to get some text in the percentages. Oh, that was an early pop on reduced industrial waste. We only had 10% odds for that one. Yeah, the blue star east of the Bullrathi has to be Orion. Agreed. All right, so yes, we definitely want this. All right, now this is a tough call. I actually want both of these, but I think I'm more likely to be. I think I'm more likely to be on the econ path in the immediate future. So I'm going to take II-8 over Duralloy. We're going to have a lot of factories to build, so I do want to pick this up. Even though I like Duralloy a lot, it's also cheaper too. Now, the sad thing is I could go for Duralloy and hope that II-7 is there at the next rung of the ladder, but I think that I need to, I think I want this tech. It is also cheaper. I mean, I could research both if I don't like any of my options at the next one, but I really do need the cheaper factories. I will happily sign a non-aggression pact with you. Wow, the AIs are being pretty friendly in this game so far, aside from, you know, the one invasion. And then sneaking this ultra poor planet in the corner of the map. Aside from that, they've been pretty friendly. I was like, non-aggression with the nasty cyborgs? Yes, I would like that. All right, so this is a big deal. I was getting, I think it was like 155 RP before. Now I get 175 here at Nest. And Big Bird went from building 16 factories per turn to 20 per turn. Like, you can see the effect on the economy of getting that waste cleanup. It's a big deal. Okay. So we are going to continue emphasizing that, but I'll put another tick in computers. I do want both of these techs. Force field is important. I mean, everything in here is important. I need all these techs, honestly. But the good news is we're finally starting to be able to put more on economy because we did build a missile base at Kestrel. So now it can go over to research as well. And Big Bird is very close to maxing out. What is it, like 3 more turns of factory building? And then it'll be able to dump, 220, 230 RP per turn. So that's going to be pretty nice. So we should be able to get this up to like 600 or 700 research pretty quickly. And then just try to get through the tech tree. Oh, I should go through the rest of the planets and clean up their spending. Okay, Seagull. Seagull, you should terraform right now. You have enough to econ to do it. Condor, you are too immature at this point. Emu, you've already terraformed. 7.5 factories per turn. By the way, isn't it great that again this old tracks tenths of a factory instead of just complete factories? Seagull's terraforming now. Yeah, it was. I probably should have done it a couple turns ago. All right. At some point, we also would like to figure out what we could try to figure out what tech some of these guys have. How much tech? All right. Everybody has way more tech than us, which is typical for Impossible. But we're comparable on planets. So that's what we need is once we get the planets, we can look to start to catch up on tech. But yeah, I should probably try to at least see what techs. I think I might. Problem is, even to just see what techs they have with only. I think I need to get Improved Robotics 3 to at least be able to see what techs they have via passive espionage spying. And we could try talking to the Clacons to see if they want any of these new techs I've discovered. Okay, well, we don't have a lot of techs. All right, well, yeah, this is not Civ 3 where you can just tech trade your way into parity. If you're behind, the AI's like, hey, buddy, you're really far behind. Nope. So apparently there's not much we can do in terms of trading techs at the moment. The AI's like, yeah, you guys are really far behind. But hopefully for the time being, we're just going to chill here. Hopefully our trade income will move out of the negative range. And I think that when planetology pops, I think we're going to be very close to being able to fit the reserve fuel tanks on a large hull. Like if we go back to the large hull here, all right, clear. To put a colony base, so let's see, we have 341 available space, and the reserve fuel tanks are 4. Yeah, I think that when planetology pops, we can put the reserve fuel tanks on the ship, and then we can go grab that last planet. I think that's how it works. And so far, that spot has not been getting any attention from the AI. Thank goodness. All right, I think Big Bird is maxed out this turn. Yeah, maxed out. All right, how many more factories does it need? It needs 12 more. Okay, so that's only 120 RP. Okay, put that into industry. Do we need to grow that pop point? Nope, it'll grow the pop point on its own. So we can put this into defense, and then it should be able to build that missile base next turn. Oh, we're still terraforming that little planet, aren't we? All right, class 2 deflectors. All right, onto personal deflector shield. That's good. That's the leap you want. Okay, we're not the Sakura. For a minute there, I was like, did this hit us? So they lost a full tech there. That's good. All right, Seagull. Yeah, I had Seagull on terraforming, I think, an extra turn, which is sloppy of me. All right, but Big Bird is done. And then we'll build its one missile base. For now, Seagull's working on that. Emu's not far from maxing out either. Yeah, it only needs 60 more factories, and it's building 10 per turn right now, so that's like five-ish more turns. And I think Licky is getting close to maxing as well. Yeah, little Licky almost done there. Condor is almost ready to terraform. So let's see, what did we just finish? We finished class 2 deflectors. Okay, now any missile bases we have we're at least safe against lasers, but not safe against anything stronger than lasers. We really got to hope that the class 5 deflector shield's at that next tier, because 7 points of shielding is quite nice. Unfortunately, the Alkari maneuverability bonus only works on ships. It doesn't work on your missile bases. So that's a bit sad. Controlled Dead is not going to do anything for us directly, but it's going to let us build that long-range colony ship. So it does help out in that regard. And now we can go ahead and put Big Bird on research. I mean, I could have done that last turn, but this should be good. And now we're up to, 566. So planetology's in the percentages. Computers also making some progress on improved robotics. Hopefully in II8 and improved robotics pop around the same time, because that'll discount all the factories we have to build significantly. I think HyperX's will at least give us some punch if we would get attacked on bases. And again, that planet in the corner is still being ignored, thankfully. 3% now in planetology. So the next planet to max will be Emo, I think. Or no, it's Licky is the next planet to max. And okay, it's close. It only needs 9 more factories. All right, so this will take it there. As the AI continues to move ships around everywhere. All right, Licky does need 1 more pop point. Do we need to grow it manually? No, we don't. It'll grow this turn. Otherwise, it would have said +1. So, Licky, you can build yourself a base. Hopefully, you don't get targeted, but you can never guarantee that. And meanwhile, Emo is not far off either. 6% now. So that's... Again, these numbers are bugged. It's actually double whatever the screen shows. It's actually 12%, which is low on any one turn. But if it's if it's like 15% per turn over the course of 4 turns, you're actually pretty likely to hit. All right. Well, computers and construction are coming along, so our econ will be a lot better if we get robotics 3 plus II8. Like once we have triple the factories on these planets, it's going to be nicer, and then we'll be in a position where we can look to start maybe doing something other than crouching in the corner. How close are we to the next election? 8 more turns. We'll be up against the Borathi. How many allies do they have? More than I would like. But if it's just the Soccer and the Klakons, I should be okay. That gets them to like half the like a little over half the votes, but not quite enough to win. Still, I have to be careful. Oh wait, actually, this planet's about to max out. It's at 158. It only needs 2 more factories. Okay. So that'll get you the factories. And then let's grow the pop you need. And we'll get you a base. And then we'll go from there. These techs should start popping soon. And Licky's on building its base. Yeah. And then Licky can help us out too. All right, there we go. Controlled Dead. Well, out of these, there's only one option to move forward, plus 30 terraforming, but that's not bad. What is bad, though, is we've missed improved eco restoration and advanced eco restoration. We're missing both of the first 2 waste cleanup techs. That's a bit unfortunate, but maybe we will be able to trade for one of them. Still, we have no choice but to go for plus 30. Sure. Now, we're already trading for 200. This only goes from 200 to 225, but the AI likes it when you accept offers. If they come with an offer and it's something you want, you might as well accept. They would not like it if I said no, basically, and we want to keep them on pleasant terms. Okay, so let's go ahead and design. Okay, so now we can do the standard colony base and the reserve fuel tanks, and now it actually does fit. Just barely, 22 space available. Long range colony. Boom. Only costs 456 BC. We can actually build it in 1 turn. Now, it's not going to be very fast because it's still only moving at 1 parsec per turn, but Nest can build it in 1 turn. So that's kind of cool. Condor I should have terraformed earlier, and I did not because I was not paying attention up here. So we should definitely do that. It's not a big deal, but slightly sloppy. So that'll terraform over 2 turns. Condor's been kind of out of sight, out of mind. Okay, by the way, Nest still doesn't have a missile base either. And again, mostly we're just pumping tech right now. Seagull's the one other planet. Little Seagull. All right, so Nest will finish this, which is the soonest I could have gotten this. And then that'll head off there. You can scrap this. Again, look at the cost difference. 1,800 versus 456. All right, and yeah, we'll grab that, and then that should be the last planet we get for a while, but reasonably happy with what we were able to secure here. Bulrathi, boy, the Bulrathi have a nice land grab at the bottom side of the map. It's almost like you drew a ruler here, and they were like nothing south of this. Do wish I had contact with the humans, because I might be able to swing some trades with them, but not at the moment. All right, let's go get that planet. And AI, please keep ignoring me. Thanks. All right, actually, let's do the one missile base on Nest. Unfortunately, there wasn't really a good place to do like a relocate order to speed this up. So that's going to take 10 turns to get there. Again, I wish I had the faster engines, but I don't. So yeah, and I don't really see any need to do anything other than just work on research at the moment. I would like to get bases on these planets, but for right now, the AI has been very friendly. Like all the races near me, I have good relations with everybody. Except I guess arguably the Bulrathi are just kind of neutral, but like they're the furthest away from me, and I can't even see any of their ships, so I'm not too worried about them. All right, they lost all their alliances. That's a good sign for the council vote coming up. Ideally, they nobody votes for them, and then I can cast my vote for them and get big Diplo points for it. But for the time being, we're just gonna chill. Now Nest, all right, Nest is about to finish a base. We just finished one at Emu, and we need to stop terraforming at Condor because it just hit its size max there, or max size. How many factories does it have? 28. So it's a ways away. It's a little ways away. Yeah, the humans have well, we think this planet here is Orion, and then the humans are apparently a 3-planet empire. 1, 2, 3. These 3 worlds, we think, and we think this one's Orion, unless that planet's Orion. This is Sol. This is the human homeworld right here. Interestingly, there are some worlds down here deep in enemy territory. I wonder if we could scout. I don't think we have the range to get down here. There's probably like a toxic or radiated planet. I guess this could be Orion as well. We know that this is Mechlon, the Meklar homeworld. Has anyone gone to war yet, just out of curiosity? At some point, you'd expect the AIs to start fighting. But so far, no. Okay, and then what was it? Nest built a base. Okay. So we got tech ready. Look at this. We got a lot of techs in the percentages. Now, once these finish, we might actually have some stuff that people want, because some techs are really good for trade bait, and like inertial stabilizer is kind of infamous as being a really strong tech for trade bait. Improved robotics is also kind of infamous for being a strong trade bait tech. So we might be able to parlay some of these into new discoveries. By the way, none of those techs popped, which is kind of wild. 26%, 20%, 28%, 18%. None of them popped. That has to be a little bit unlucky, but we should be hitting some of these pretty soon. And then Condor, then we just have Condor and Seagull that are still kind of building up. Poor little Seagull. So far, it hasn't been attacked, even though there's like a billion ships flying around it constantly. We're just protected by diplomacy right now. All right. Wow. Okay. This is the only tech that popped this turn, because weapons is the last one that gets checked. All right. What do we have at the next field? All right. We have a lot more options here. Let's see. I don't think we want ion rifle. This is a ground weapon. Merculites, this means we don't have scatter packs in the tree, by the way, because we just picked up Hyper X's. I don't think we want Merculites, so I think it's blasters. This actually does give us another weapon we can rely on. I'm a little concerned that there's no bombs in the tech tree yet. It's actually really hard to attack the AI if you don't have any bombs, but we do need a gun upgrade. Ion rifle, because we have the deflector shield in the shields tree, which is a ground tech. I don't think we need this. I also generally don't like researching the ground techs in the weapons tree, because there's just so much other stuff you need to get in the weapons tree. I think it has to be blasters, even though it's the most expensive weapons tech, but I think that's still the best choice there. Oh my god, no! Of all the planets to rebel, Big Bird is the one that rebelled? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. So this can hit any planet. If it hits a small planet, it's irrelevant. To have it happen on the biggest planet in my empire is horrifically bad. This means we have to kill 72 rebels, and it's going to take at least like 80 million pop to get that. This is a nightmare. Oh my god. And the only planet that can really do that, the worst part is if you don't deal with it, it can actually spread. Oh my god. Like, why couldn't this have hit Seagull? This is literally my best planet, and now it's got a rebellion. This is really bad, you guys. The only thing I can do... This is going to cost me an insane amount of money to fix this. I'm going to have to send huge amounts of pop and then regrow it with eco-spending. This is going to kill my economy for like the next 5 turns to do this. Ay, ay, ay. And it's going to take time to get there, too. Because we have such... This is a disaster of an event. Oh my god. Why did it have to hit Big Bird? I'm going to have to... I just have to hope it doesn't spread to any other planets in the time it takes to get down there. Well, it is what it is. Most of the events tend to hit the player, and they're almost always bad. Like, I really have no choice but to send huge amounts of pop. That's really bad. Really, really bad. I guess I have to keep Emu on research, because it's my only planet that's still researching, but oh my god. Oh boy, that's a biggie. Well, we're about to hit turn 100, and I thought that was where I'd stop, but oh my god. Alright, there's inertial stabilizer. Okay, we finally can get an engine upgrade, which we desperately need. Okay, so Seagull is actually maxed out, on population at least. Did it finish its factories yet? It did. Okay, so you need to get at least one base there. My god, this is really bad. Like, I have to just send so much pop and waste money on eco spending. Licky sent like 5 million and it still wasn't even able to regrow them. This is not what I want to be doing right now, is sending huge amounts of pop to kill... Huge amounts of pop to go kill my own pop. Alright, anyway. Well, at least improve robotics and industrial II-8 are about to pop. Alright. They managed to get their alliance with the Meklar back. At least we're up to calm with these guys. What the heck? How are we on such friendly terms with all these AIs? Yeah, and we might be able to get something from inertial stabilizer. Definitely. I don't believe that the base will intercept transports, because otherwise it would just be like impossible to take them over. But I don't know for sure. BC2 wouldn't be bad. For controlled dead. But there's no planets in my area that this would even do anything. I'm gonna make this trade. There's nothing in my... There's no dead planets in my area. And I could use an upgraded battle computer. I'll do that deal. Okay. Well, I got something from them. They obviously already had inertial stabilizer. Oh yeah, they got a lot of good stuff. They obviously want inertial stabilizer for this. Now, here's the question: is there anything we could get here? We could just take sublight drives instantly and leapfrog forward in the tech tree with this. Yeah, because we have, let's see, so we have Hyper X's, so Merculites aren't going to do that much for us. We have II-8, so that's not going to do that much for us. Duralloy would not be bad by any means. We just got BC2, so BC3 is not that big of an upgrade. Sublights, though, we just started researching this. We could literally jump forward an entire tech level with this. I kind of like that. Now, I am giving inertial stabilizer to the Meklar, but... who are pretty strong, but this lets us immediately research. Yeah, look at this, and now we can jump forward. The problem with Energy Pulsar is it's not going to fit on a small hull very well. So I think it is just a fusion drives. Fusion drives are also nice because they unlock movement 3 in combat. So I think I'm going to do this, even though it's another engine tech. Engine techs are cheap for us. Okay. Yeah, and that's the only thing anybody wants. But this can be a pretty big jump forward for us. So we'd really like to get like a class 5 shield if anybody has something like that. All right. Yeah, class 5 planetary shield. Because we almost have robotics 3. This would really help us too. Because we're about to discover the deflector shield. Then we could literally skip the next level of tech and then just jump forward to like class 5 deflectors. Again, they're going to ask for inertial stabilizer. I already know what they're going to ask for. But this is another big tech for us. This makes us way safer. Of course, we have to build the shields, but once we build them, it's a big deal. Yeah, inertial stabilizer lets you get a lot. Now, all this stuff is much weaker. Like more planetology. No, I think we're good. Yeah, the lizards are blue because science. All right, well, let's check. We might as well give this out to everybody if we're going to give it to one party. All right, yeah, so we can get some. Oh, wow. Is Deep Space Scanner the upgraded scanner or the base scanner? Because if it's the I believe it's the base scanner. Hold on, let me check that. I think it's the base scanner. If it's the upgraded scanner, though, I would want this. I'm just going to look up I can't remember all the names off my top of my head. Yeah, this is the basic scanner, so this is not the one we want. We could, you know what we could do? We could do II-6. Oh my god. That's, okay, where's the chat here? I do want a better scanner, but this is the base scanner. This is not the one that tells you where the enemy ships are going. What I could do is I could take Blaster and then just, again, jump prong to the next tech. But it's got to be II-6, because, like, that actually lets us go forward 2 levels on the construction tech tree. That's got to be worth it. This actually increases our construction level enormously. Because we were about to research... let me put this on the screen for you guys. Hold on. Here's the construction tech tree. So we were researching II-8. We don't have it yet. We currently have this, Reduced Industrial Waste 5. So we're currently at tech level 5. We just got II-6. We just jumped forward from tech level 5 to tech level 18. And now when we finish II-8, we actually will be able to research a tech from this rung if we want to. Or we can back up and get something on this rung if we want. But we might be able to jump forward to, like, Reduced Industrial Waste 40%. Which would be nuts if we could get that. Anyway, so, yeah. Tech trading usually is not as big of a deal in Master of Orion, but like sometimes if you get a tech that all the AIs want, you can do stuff like this. We got a tremendous amount out of this. We already have this almost researched. This is pointless, but maybe nuclear engines? No, they want way too much for that. Maybe battle computer 5. Okay, so we just made an absolute killing on trading around inertial stabilizer. Huge deal. So what did we get? What did our tech levels look like now? Yeah, they haven't updated yet. I guess we have to wait for an inner turn, but that was an insane turn. If we just didn't have this stupid rebellion on Big Bird, we'd be like looking pretty sharp here because our biggest issue has been tech. All right, anyway, I don't think that the Borathi are going to win this council vote. I don't think so, but let's see what happens. And then we're probably going to stop right after this. Our transports should also speed up so we can go get that rebelling world back sooner. Oh, we're actually not even nominated. Okay, that's actually not bad. And the reason for that is because I guess our rebelling population doesn't count. So now I mean, no one's going to win the vote this time. They'll split the vote. They actually have an alliance between the Meklar and the Borathi were allied, so they'll just split the vote. All right, he's still at 10 votes. He has not increased his total. Klakons are up to 7. They actually have a lot of pop. Boy, the humans are sad. 2 votes. Now we could vote for either one of these, but whoever we don't vote for is going to get upset. So I'm going to abstain here. It's turned into a Diplo-focused game so far. Yeah, hasn't it? All right. Yeah, the good news is now our pop transports will get there faster to Big Bird. The problem is the ones that were moving before will still be moving at that slow rate. It's only when you send them out that they'll be... Because, like, now the next transport from Nest gets there in 4 turns, but, like, this one is still... If I can click properly. This one is still 5 turns away, and this is still 6 turns away. But at least the following transports will get there faster. Alrighty. Well, interesting game. I kind of want these techs to pop, but we can do that. Actually, you know what? I probably should wait for these techs to pop just so I can pick the techs while I'm still thinking about it. Also, I really wish that this long-range colony had gone out with the Warp 3 engines, but it is what it is. Condor is going to be... Oh, Condor is going to build its factory so much faster because we went from II-10, which is the base, to Improved Industrial 6. So it's building the factories 40% faster. That's going to help a lot. All right, anyway. Transports, yes. We need Pop to get down there. I have to keep wasting Pop, wasting so much money regrowing all this Pop. But I got to send it. And there's we have to kill 80 million rebels or something insane like that. And it will grow Pop between... The rebels will grow Pop between turns, too. Then I got to build the missile bases so I can get some actual real defense up. All right. We still didn't pop those techs. What the heck? We've been at like 40% odds on both of these for a while. What the heck is going on? Anyway. All right. So Seagull... Oh, Seagull's building the shield, of course. Well, once we get this planet back, I'll be able to build the base. I'll go into like build... Now that I have the planetary shield and some real missiles, I can build actual defenses that'll actually stop somebody. And we need to start doing some spying to see what the AI's actually got and what threats I need to be worried about. But I need to get this planet back before I do any of that. I need this planet back. I think I've probably sent enough at this point that I can get the planet back without sending more. Because I've sent quite a bit of Pop on its way. All right. And I think now's the time to start building the factories. All right. So what's up next in this field? All right, this is what we wanted, the improved space scanner. Not only detects things further away, but also shows us where the enemy ships are going. So that's really good. That's what we want. All right, now it's time to start killing the rebels, who of course have the same tech as us. All right, 66. We have enough Pop incoming that we do not have to send any more. We have enough Pop incoming at this point. All right, now it's time to build the factories. So, Seagull, you're going to sit on tech for right now. All of our other planets are going to build factories. And then we're going to stop this streaming session because I need to go work on other stuff. All right. We have enough transports incoming. Seagull, you're holding our research. Your Big Bird is rebelling. Thanks a lot, Big Bird. Licky, I already covered. Emu, and you need to do the factories. All right, there we go. All right, so we certainly got a lot out of that tech trading. Now, if we can get the factories built, which, by the way, we have II-6, so the factories are pretty cheap to build. We'll be able to industrialize with the extra factories, get our planetary shields up. We have 7 points of shielding. Very good against pretty much any beam weapon at this stage of the game. Just have to worry about bombs and, to a lesser extent, missiles. And then we just started plus 30 terraforming. We have good engines. That's not a problem. And then, we'll have some weapons. We don't have any bombs yet, which is a concern. So we'll probably need to tech up a bit longer. But, we're in pretty solid shape here. We're like a second tier power. But the good news is there's no runaway AI. And we have very good opportunities for expansion, too. Because the Klakons are not that strong, and they're pretty isolated. Like, we can snip off some of these planets pretty easily, I think. And if we could also probably grab a human planet or two without too much trouble either. The Sakura are also relatively weak too, but I think the Klakons are going to be a good opportunity for expansion down the road. If you get a new better ground tech now, will the rebels also get it? I think they also get it because they just use whatever you have. I could be wrong on that, but I think they just use whatever you're getting. All right, well, anyway, thanks for popping in here. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. We'll try to pick this up next week unless something else pops up. So Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in 2025. Until then, have a great weekend, folks. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, guys.